is firing on all cylinders. We stroll into Wall, New Jersey for our second to last stop. With less than 50 points separating the top three, it's nothing but a crowd pleaser here on Formula Drift. Drift a little slower down.
Maintaining the drift is Dan McNamara. But hey, Vaughn Gittin Jr. ain't no slouch. He's letting it all hang out, but Dan McNamara is just
seeing my car out there that I drove for 5-6 years, it's just unbelievable.
Daijiro beats Vaughn one more time, but Vaughn stays on top of the points for the championship.
You know, Justin was a new guy on our team. He came in, you know, he had real success, but, you know, we put him behind the wheel of a Mustang, and, you know, this year it's a story for itself. He's been having a really, really awesome job this year.
And now the judges have to factor in both runs.
I'm just pumped. I'm back in my groove, but put it behind us, moved on, and we've made it back up to the top, so I'm pumped.
We're going for 1 or 2, so we're stoked.
Great lead run right now by Justin Pollock, but again, it's Daigo Saito in the chase, just so close on proximity. Look at that, door-to-door. Not many other drivers are doing that, even though JTP is driving phenomenally out front.
Looks like we're gonna have beautiful weather, and you know, this track is pretty challenging. So, you know, the way to win here is going to be dial your car the best you can for the bank, but make sure you get that speed in the infield.
Past that front clip, here we go. Final opportunity for a lasting impression here by both these drivers as Fordford extends out and there by both drivers, as you said, Jared. But look at the pressure here by JTP. Matfield out front, trying to make one more go at it here as they come through this last turn.
And I was right there on his door. He pulled me a little bit on the run-up, but I closed it immediately, got on him. Every transition was like within inches of him. I gave him a couple little bumps, but ended up finishing all right.
Toro Masayama put on one heck of a run. Ages to go, but look at Chelsea Denova. You see the attitude of the car. You see him get into formation. Masayama for a little more angle at it. And Chelsea maxing out the angle. Let's see this transition. How do they handle this?
Rockstar Energy gets me energized so I can go out and send it. Hustle on.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
Link ECU. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
For 30 Formula Drift teams, our professional Tire Stacks crew will mount over 1,000 tires during a weekend to keep our drivers on track, competing at the highest level. TireStacks.com, the official tire service of Formula Drift.
The magic of Rain-X. Okay, that's some serious Hollywood stuff right there. But with Rain-X Latitude water repellency blades, the magic is real. These blades apply a new longer-lasting water repellency formula. The magic of Rain-X repels water from your windshield so water beads up and rolls away while you drive, giving you the clearest view possible. Treat your windshield for safer driving visibility with Rain-X Latitude water repellency wiper blades.
My heart just dropped.
Formula Drift is brought to you by Toyota, let's go places. Royal Purple, the official engine oil of Formula Drift, the synthetic expert. Rockstar Energy, the official energy drink of Formula Drift. Welcome out to E-Town. This is round 4 of the Formula Drift Championship. We deem this the Type S Gauntlet, first ever purpose-built drift Coliseum here in the Northeast. Welcome to the Garden State, baby. We are born to run. That's right. We are in New Jersey for round 4 of the Formula Drift Pro Spec and Pro Championship, the Link Engine Management Pro Spec Championship. I'm Jared Deanna. Joining me here for Pro Spec this round and the entirety of all 4 rounds of Pro Spec is Matt Sopa. Matt, you're used to me saying his name down there on the line, but here you are up here in the booth giving some great insight. You're a driver. You built cars. How exciting is this to one, be up here in the booth rapping out about your fellow competitors, because I look at you as a competitor, and I like your perspective, but being up here and checking out, one, this Coliseum, but overall this season.
Yeah, that's one thing I love touching on is this venue is so unique, right?
Yeah.
And coming from the other side being on the racetrack, and I get to basically tell you guys what I'm thinking in my head watching these guys from start and or from a pocket out there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
critiquing, breaking it down, different perspective. I'll call the run. You going back and recount, maybe pointing out some things. Our judges, we have 4 judges this year, but one sits out every round. Our judges this round, I believe, is Chris Yule, Brian Eggert, and Robbie Nishida. Ryan Montaigne is going to be joining me here for a pro championship. But taking a look overall at the schedule and what's going on. Again, this is round 2 of the Link Engine Management Pro Spec Championship. But let's run it back. Who did we see get the win at round 1? And that was in
Rudy
Atlanta.
Hansen.
Rudy Hansen.
Yeah,
That's right.
a
Rudy
real
got the
heater
win.
against Hobson.
Yeah, that was an absolute good one. Talk about knockout qualifying. What's the format? What are we looking at here for the fans?
So everybody gets their one run in, and then we take the bottom 8 and they get a second crack at it.
Rack them.
Yeah.
We rack them and stack them and track them. All right, so again, Pro Spec knockout we're talking about, and then we're going to be going. So let's take a look at Pro Spec Atlanta, talking about that Rudy Hansen. Overall, some great driving by him, but I really like this venue. E-Town is the birthplace of so many pro drivers. Vaughn Gittin Jr., Chris Forsberg, Tony Angelo, Ryan Turk. A lot of them competed at either kind of the road course. There's multiple different layouts, but this course, you could see that big drag strip in the middle. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a drag strip. Well, drag racing, they said, all right, let's park it. So this is the first ever purpose-built drift course in North America. You've seen them like in Japan and everything like that, but great utilization of space. The whole Nat family, they, left the bleachers in, and now here we have this custom track and multiple different layouts. They have their own gambler events here, and it really feeds the whole breadth of drifting and the world of drifting, which I really
I feel like there is not a bad seat in the house. I think the only seat that's better is if you're behind the wheel.
Exactly, absolutely. So taking a look at our overall schedule, you can see Rudy Hansen won in Atlanta. We move on to St. Louis, Missouri. It's going to be hot there, the elements, and then finally Grantsville, Utah. That is Utah Motorsports campus, and excited to see what goes on there. So again, knockout qualifying overall, as Sopa just said, we'll see every driver won and potentially done, and then obviously we will re-rack the bottom 8. Keys to success here, Mr. Matt Sopa, taking a look overall. What are the judges looking for?
Yeah, so like our board here says, we're looking for a quick, accurate initiation, nice and snappy, fill all them zones. We want a quick and smooth transition, then especially through the middle part, coming out of outside 2 into 3. We don't want to see a real lazy transition and get after it through the finish, using the momentum to reach the outside zones and carry it through. As Chris Yule always says in the driver's meeting, drive that car with intent.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
My favorite saying.
Why is that? Why is it?
It's so succinct and to the point. Like, just show me what you made of.
I like that. That's and obviously everybody has their different perspective. Let's take a look at the Torque Drift course preview. Torque Drift. If you haven't downloaded it today, please do so and play the game. Here we are. Ironically, we got Chris Forsberg in his all-new Z.
Yeah,
so
nice
there's that
snap.
initiation. Outer Zone 1. Walk us through, Sopa.
Yeah, we're coming here. It looks like Virtual Castro's in the game here too, getting through, getting into Outer Zone 1. Quick to angle there, filling it out. Outer Zone 2, excuse me. Bring it around nice and smooth. You want to show that there's not many corrections. It's a longer zone than it looks, to be honest here, even in real time. So then they want to get nice and tucked up into outer inner clip 1, and then get that snappy transition much faster than shown here, of course, in the slow motion, but getting into outer zone 3, getting there deep, flirting with the wall a little bit, maintaining angle, and power through in the finish line.
And again, Torque Drift 2 Torque Drift, download it today, available on multiple devices. Rip it up in English Town now. And what we're not, some elements here is, there's potential rain, there's potential wet, right? So I'm just gonna say it. I said it. Don't you dare! Don't you rain on my parade. But you can see the drag strip, so you have surface changes.
Yeah, there's a lot
that
going
plays
on.
a role even when it's dry. When they got that transition, Tyler snapping photos, and over there, how are they going to transition going from the asphalt to the concrete, going back and forth? Also, like you said, that outer zone 2 is massive. I mean, it is 180 degrees of a 360 wheel, right? I mean, you're entering over there at the blue and yellow. Keep in mind, when we were here, a few years ago, I mean, Ryan Turk and Brandon Sorensen got into it really, really bad out there. Also, a rut started getting created at the outer zone 3 when they go into that finish line, dropping tires, dropping wheels, and bang, bang, bang. So, again, the track's going to transform. And what we thought was going to be super unassuming at this course, it's flat. There's no banks. There's no transitions. It got ugly.
Little do you know.
Yeah.
It looks like an unassuming course, but like you said, there's a lot of texture and surface changes, not only with the drag strip, but now we already have rubber down from the event last weekend. And so I think they've been able to kind of have an advantage of that, so they don't have to keep worrying about the cars gripping up as the rubber gets laid down and increasing grip in the rear.
All right, so again, we will see every driver either one and done, or we will be seeing, again, might have to go 2 rounds. So we start things off at the top, and we are
the bottom.
Start at the bottom, thank you, Susan. Starting at the top with Rudy Hansen, because he won there in Atlanta from Pocatello, Idaho, but we start at the top, at the bottom with the top. Zindura Kennedy, easy for me to say. Z Drives, 240 SX. We have I know you're excited about the twin burnout boxes. I saw your video. I saw your video this morning, and he says, 2 burnout boxes. What does it all mean? Double rainbow. Yeah. Why are you excited about that?
Oh, it just, these guys can get all the practice laps in, all that seat time, which is very important, especially in this class with the PROSPEC. You can't get enough laps in, and it's a super advantage point for all the drivers.
So yeah, double burnout, so it's going to expedite. This cuts in times, because you can see go from the burnout box around the wall, go over here, take a left. I mean, you could get lost like we did leaving Newark Airport. Our drive from Newark Airport, we get in the car, 32 minutes. Somehow
we traveled through time.
we gained another 12 minutes. Yeah, so 32 went to 45 minutes. Anyways, we had Burger King. It was a mess last night. All right, so reverse order. We start at again at the bottom, and then we work our way to our current number 1. That is Erick Kennedy out here in Nissan, Ottawa, Ontario, initiating there into that first outside zone. Barely get into it, just dipping that tire in there, non-stop tuning. Now, taps the wall. And again, this is that long one, so see how long that is. You really have to maintain that angle. Looking a little violent here is Kennedy. So Z Kennedy now transitions into that final outside zone, ditching that back fender. Is that the 2F kit? I think it's a 2F performance kit, right?
There's a lot going on with that car. Especially with that run,
Nothing sweet inside of that.
I'm not sure if deleting half your quarter panel counts as an X factor. Not sure.
Aggressive on initiation. Let's take a look. Walk us back through it, Sopa.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been looking strong all practice. Nice quick initiation, but did come short with filling outer zone 1 there. Good smooth transition there. Just came in a little too hot in that quarter, and it disrupted her, but she maintained the car's attitude all the way through outer zone 2, getting nice and tidy with inner clip 1. Good snappy transition. The part's still hanging out for the dear life, and she fills outer zone 3 for the most part and finishes out the run, Jared.
All right, so Z Kennedy taking a look, and again, just barely dipping that left tire, maybe a little bit of nerves, but then bam, leaves nothing.
I think, yeah, that wall was almost made for her run.
Yeah,
there.
yeah, just snuggled up right to that blue and yellow.
Good proximity to that inner clip.
Inner clip, that's going to be a main focus here, especially when it comes to head-to-head. Casual Thursday, man. You know, so as far as schedule goes for this weekend, today we're going to see qualifying for both Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship as well as the Pro Championship qualifying later this evening. That's going into the evening. And then tomorrow we'll see ProSpec competition, and then Saturday is game day for Pro, round 4. After this weekend, we'll be halfway through the season of both ProSpec and Pro. Championship concepts kind of coming to some of these drivers, and it's crazy, you know, how condensed the ProSpec Championship is. But St. Louis, it's going to be hot. That's a variable, and then high elevation at Utah, that's going to be pretty unique as well. So
yeah, that'll be advantage to the boosted cars.
Absolutely. All right, so waiting for our next pilot should be Trevor Root, and you can see the 701 on the roof there. Another Northeast driver here, coming to us from Connecticut. Peak Performance E36.
Yeah, it might be worthy to take a note. We did make some very minor changes to the course here, extended the inner clip 1 a little bit, and outer zone 2 is like about 10 feet longer. Yeah. And we're trying to make kind of what we did in Orlando, so they're not beelining through the crossover, so we have a nice wide path for them to go through and have those snappier transitions to kind of promote that.
So waiting the scores here, and here's our start list. Q1 qualifying, we say again, majority of the drivers 1 and done, but again the lower 8 will be re-racked. Seen Amanda's name on the start list. I don't know if she's here or not. I know she is here.
She did, but unfortunately, hopefully they got the car together. She did flirt with the wall a little too much there in outer zone 3 and actually knocked one of the blocks over.
Oh wow!
So hopefully they get the rear end of that car put back together, and I believe she is okay as well.
Good. Yeah, she's been a busy gal doing Extreme E, which is the all-electric international series. So she's been doing that. RJ Anderson, her teammate there, and you can see Faruk Kugay. He's one to watch there. Margaritis Katsanidis. Derek Madison, D-Mats, I know he's been busy. Connor O'Sullivan, again, Ben Hobson, like you said, a heater there earlier this year, and then Rudy Hansen.
Yeah, Madison, he definitely pushed through on prepping for this event. He had some motor issues, and luckily his partners helped him out tremendously to be present this weekend.
Yeah, Fuel Lab Fuel Systems, IG Motorsports S14. All right, so just a little delay here, getting the scores registered in. All right, so 66, 68, and 69 from our judges. And again, out of 100, 68.33. All right, so 68.33 there for Z Kennedy. Z drives 240SX, again from Canada. Now getting into that burnout box, Trevor Root. Trevor Root warming it up. A bunch of lines going on there.
I wonder what they got going on there for a school, maybe drift school or something.
Could be motorcycle training as well.
It's pretty tight.
Englishtown Raceway Park, aka E-Town. They host again to their own events called the Gambler. So was that last weekend? Adam LZ had his LZ Invitational, the first one here. That was pretty cool. Here we go, Trevor Root. The Root is on fire.
His Root.
All right, going through that start. Ain't no cones for a hit, and if he does, we do not restart him. Good flick into that first outside zone, dips in. I mentioned there, we saw that kind of like hesitation right now into that big, long second outside zone. Almost gets out to the course's edge. Aggressive line there. And takes out that inside clip, so obviously personal with that. And that final outside zone, you know, one of the keys to success, you talked about that decel in the transition. That is, you know, you're going to get that. So that's kind of a natural decel. Right. And, you know, we'll look at the decel course primarily more in head-to-head competition, but walk us through Root's run.
Yeah, so look at Rudy here. Nice kind of down the middle initiation there. Pulls out of outer zone 1 a little early, and a little left foot brake in there, coming into outer zone 2. Feels it good, but you can kind of see the attitude of the car changing as he's modulating the throttle, trying to keep the car in outer zone 2. Coming around here, gives a little boop to the inner clip 1. Kind of a little lazier transition, a little brake in there, using all his tools to fill out that outer zone 3 and bring it around to the finish. Another look at here from the drone. Looks a little more aggressive there from the sky there as it come around there. Nice smooth transition again. Just touching in outer zone 2, but he uses all his toolbox to kind of keep the car in there. Wavering a little bit, bringing it around, nice smooth, giving that the inner clip 1 a little contact. Good transition in there. Just could have been a little deeper in outer zone 3 in my opinion, but overall a solid run.
All right, so Trevor Root awaits his score, taking a look at it once again. And I will tell you that on paper here, it looks like we'll have 42 minus 3, so you know we'll have 39 drivers here. So there's going to be a lot of broken hearts going into tomorrow's competition, though. Every run really does count.
Yeah, you're going to have to really squeeze it out.
All right, taking a look, 75.33, 75.33 for Trevor Root. 75.33. Redman, Rye O'Connor.
I haven't checked to see if he's changed his Instagram because we were kind of giving him a hard time last round.
No. I mean, he's
Rye Bread.
What did he switch it to?
I don't know. Well, he changed it to, I think, just his name, and it was Breadman.
Yeah, Breadman. Rye O'Connor. What do you got here? Taking a look. Can join the conversation. Hashtag Rye O'Connor 31.
Oh,
yeah.
Boring.
I mean, come on, Rye.
Once he listens to this, maybe it'll give him a push.
Let's toast that bread. Here we go. Rye O'Connor. Oh boy, O'Connor. A lot of handbrake there, getting into that first outside zone. The Ignited Soul Nissan 350Z. That second outside zone, a lot more precision there. We saw that handbrake on initiation, but came up short. Filling all that second outside zone, past the inside clip. Now into that final outside zone. You saw straighten the kind of and then go initiate into it. Love to get your perspective here on this, Matt, on his line, his initiation.
Yeah, once we take another look, I'd like to as well.
Love the entry here going underneath. We're actually at the top of the third level here.
I think he could have just initiated a little later. He had to hold on to the handbrake. He's just flirting with that line on outer zone 1. Good little transition there. He pulls a little angle out of the car to keep it in outer zone 2. You can see a little wavering in the wheel there as he's bringing it around, heading towards inner clip 1. And he brings it around here, and you can see maybe a touch of handbrake there. Yeah, that is a decel zone. We'll get to that map later, but fills out outer zone 3 really well there and brings it out back to under the bridge here. Coming from the sky, you can see how short he was really there, and bringing it around. Could pour a little more angle into it. Good transition, filling that up, but then the car kind of gripped up as he reached all the angle that it had, and he had to pull out of it. But you know, sacrificing that was definitely a good move to keep the zone filled. So he gets that line score and filling out of zone 3, and you can see kind of is off the edge of the pavement there in one of those changes I was talking about earlier.
There's so much rubber laid down throughout this track.
Oh yeah,
and it's definitely going to change. So Rye O'Connor score coming in at 73. It's a 73 for Rye O'Connor. Rye O'Connor coming to us from Mill Valley, California, so it's a long trek for him. Love to show up here and put down a good competition. Like I said, 39 drivers after a few are no-show. Advani, Manoa, and Bogovic. So Bogovic was using Amanda Sorensen's car, but she's back. Should be car number 11, Cole Richards. Cole Richards in his Cora Works. Zion Hefferat.
Charge V8. Not Richard Banny.
No, not Advani. It is Cole Richards. Cole Richards. Great looking car. Again, Cora Works. Shout out to Tyler. Cora Works. Got you, buddy. A lot of attitude in the car. See, that thing is mopping all over the place.
He's in a little bit of an argument with it.
into that inside clip. Nice job. And to that outside zone. So again, just a little bit of the attitude of the car, doing the wave through that second outside zone, but did maintain it in there.
Yeah,
Just,
felt like
just
it was
soft suspension compared to some others.
A little more than a down the middle run, as they say down in bowling anyway. But the attack on the initiation was that kind of wowed me at first, but we'll look at that and cover that once we see it again here.
Not a bowling reference.
Yeah.
Steve Reich.
No muss, no fuss. Down the middle. So yeah, good, excellent angle. Filling outer zone 1, great. But as I was talking about intent here, you kind of sense a little hesitation going in outer zone 2, and you had to kind of fight the car a little bit. I don't know if there's a little grippy there. A lot of rubber being laid down there, but filled outer zone 2 appropriately. Had to pull a little angle out to get the precision and the proximity to the inner clip 1, and filling up outer zone 3 for the most part, and staying on the throttle throughout that whole duration there.
Great looking car, good performance. Again, soft suspension, but didn't affect him. Just the attitude of the car. It still hung tough in that second outside.
I feel like the only thing to improve on was probably his transition from 1 to 2 here as we're looking here, and you can kind of see just a little hesitation. He could have filled that just a little better and kind of carry that through in outer zone 2. But then he made it look good without having to waver through and getting it through inner clip 1.
Cole Richards' score coming in. Sorry to cut you off at 80.
80.
Yeah,
it's number 1. So.
Number 1, Cole Richards. Doc Cole. The Doc Cole Richards.
Sounds like a NASCAR name.
What's that?
Sounds like a NASCAR name.
NASCAR, yeah, Cole Richards.
Bring it on with
two
that
first names. Two first names.
Yep.
That's the lock-in.
Yeah, look at that K&N filter, I'm guessing, sticking out of the top of that hood. Huge superchargers they're putting on these cars, and they only have a 255 tire. So it's pretty amazing what they can do with these machines with a limited tire on the ground.
Yeah, and that bears repeating. PROSPEC, that's the name. You know, Link Engine, everybody's running Link Engine management. Everybody's running the same GT radial tires. Outside of that, I mean, you know, yeah. But, yeah. Yep, and should be seeing Chris Leonard here.
Yep, one of 2 Ford-powered cars we have in PROSPEC.
Oh, are you All right, so loud and proud. Here we go. Chris Leonard initiates. Thumbs up a bit short there. That L-Spec Performance Mustang GT into the second outside zone. A lot more comfortable. Hits it, splits it. Gets on out. Let's go past inner clip. About the 3rd hash mark. So loosey-goosey. Needs to tighten it up here, Leonard. Fills the second half of the outside zone. So just not precision drive. Definitely drifting, you know, fluidly. Looks good, but not putting the car in the right place. Exactly.
Like I talk about grip all the time and tire pressures. I feel like if you just stiffen up the suspension a little bit, he would have been able to hit outer zone 1. His transitions were a little lazy. He was throwing almost like some JTP style transitions in practice, and I believe that's the kit he has under the car. That car really likes to drive at higher angle, but he needs a little more commitment to get those results that he's, I think, looking for. But he'll get a score. So we'll see from the sky here. He comes in. Kind of vanilla initiation, comes up short. Not throwing a lot of angle that I seen in practice, but that was also costing him a lot of lines. So I think he was trying to put a conservative run down here. He unfortunately had mechanical issues in Atlanta, so I think he's getting out of the headspace. Let's just get in the show. Yeah. Let's put some numbers down and go from there.
Yeah, that plays a major role. You know, Mother Nature, and then just the game of inches. I'm talking about the inches between your ears, the mind games. You know, and that is so hypercritical. Just have your mind right, have that confidence. Like you said, with Leonard having issues in Atlanta, getting back in the game, putting down a run, and sometimes it's the case of if you try to I'm just gonna hit it nice and easy, and no, you know, like you're gonna mess up. You gotta fully commit. Yeah. Otherwise you're gonna have some mistakes. All right, so next up, Brian Wadman. Wadman, 240 again, another Connecticut driver. Definitely a shredder. We've seen some Wadman have some heater runs.
Waiting for a score, I believe, for Chris Leonard here.
All right, Wadman on that start line. Got a score here? 71.33, a 71.33. Yep, all right, here we go. First outside zone. Similar line to Leonard. Gets in a little, wow, look at that aggressive flip. That was crazy. Yeah, a little late on the transition. Hops his way, gets into the dirt. That's going to be his 3.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, just unchaseable run, frustration setting in, unfortunately for Wadman. Yeah, so just overcooked it, and again, so
there's something going on back there.
Yeah,
there's been an underlying factor here that we missed until now. I kind of saw it there in AutoZone 2. There's a little hopscotch going on in the track surface.
Yeah, I think it's when they transition, when they're going from the new paved area.
It's like right before that.
Yeah, it's right. Well, it's when they go into the gray asphalt.
Yeah, so I like this flick there. Look at the angle. You can kind of see a little the wheel of that Pollock and wiggling there. And he comes around here using his angle.
Transition, going right there. So it's when it goes from the black to the gray.
And I don't know what pressures he's running at, but that thing almost looked like the tire was about to DB.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Wadman, that will be incomplete. That's a 0. So one driver already committed to having to go to their second run.
Get it next time. Wadman's he'll perform.
All right, so E-Town Raceway Park, we are right there, smack dab in the middle, up there on the third deck. So right above the drag race sign, right below the Raceway Park sign.
Too much news.
But our judges right there. Robin Ishida joined us again from Japan. Brian Eggert all the way from Richmond, Virginia. Chris Yule from the PNW. That's the Pacific Northwest for those. Also this weekend, a lot of our Formula Drift competitors, former Formula Drift competitors competing in the Pikes Peak Hill Climb.
Oh yeah.
I know one Dai Yoshihara, Reese Millen's going for to break a record. Mad Mike Woodette, he's out there in a rotary Mazda. It's absolutely insane. I know TCP Magic.
A rotary Mazda.
A rotary Mazda. No, I'm just saying the car. You smart aleck. I'm just trying to think of the model.
Yeah,
the model. I believe it's an MX-5. It's pretty sweet. I don't know if you've seen the runs, but Tommy Moto's out there. Got Terminal Racing. This thing's pretty sweet. So posting up a lot. Yeah, right. MX-5. Yeah. So really cool car. He's a Mazda 3. Thank you, Kyle.
Yeah, he had one of those. I think.
Yeah, that's right. Kyle helped me out there. Yeah, MX-3. Thank you so much. So yeah, thanks. Absolutely sick. Shout out to the Block family. I know Lucy Block, Ken Block's his wife, RIP KB forever. She's racing an electric Sierra car, and then Leah Block, the daughter, who's 16, she's ripping up Luna Pegasus this weekend. So kind of a memorial lap for her. So it's going to be pretty bad. Pegasus wasn't able to run last year. Hadn't suffered engine failure, so.
Yeah, the box. It looks like, I haven't heard an official word, but Amanda Sorensen was supposed to go, but now we got Alex Lichliter in the box and out towards the start.
Yep, so not seeing Amanda Sorensen, unfortunately, like you said. So she did call a competition timeout. Is that the is that the strategy you want to use though?
I mean,
or do you just go to the second run?
I think it's a bold move, but I think it's a correct one in my eyes. So then you can get on the better side of the bracket that you might favor. So yeah, let's take a amount of time.
President and co-founder of Formula Drift after Lichliter's run here. Let's take a look. Non-stop tuning. Bright green wheels into that first outside zone. Lichliter looking dialed right now. All right, but that second outside zone, a little late to it, but now digs deep, gets in there, almost hooks with the dirt, and past that inside clip. Lichliter's looking on it, dude. Like the car is very settled, and again, that very smooth, well done. You know, a little late failure to launch there on that second outside zone, but then filled all of it. You know,
I think he found the hack to that little wave in the pavement there. He got so close to the dirt there that it didn't affect it. So look at that nice snap initiation using all the angle of that car. Filling that outer zone 1. Nice super snappy transition. Coming up a little short here in outer zone 2, but makes up for it. Corrects his line without too many obvious corrections and keeps the zone filled. Born on the smoke about the second hashtag on inner clip 1 there. Bringing it around here. Good transition. Nice and smooth throughout using all the angle of that FRS there as he finishes out the run. Let's take another look here from the bird's eye view. Good snappy initiation. Could have filled outer zone 1 a little bit there. A little better. Nice There's that snappy transition again as he comes up way short at first, but then makes a nice smooth arc into the outer zone 2 to feel it even better, but then getting close to that inner clip 1, transitioning into the 3, coming back around a little short there. I mean, I think he had a lot of X factor points, Jared. The line was good, but the
judges are kind of like,
wow.
It was decent. It was decent, but go ahead, finish your thought. The judges kind of put their head on a swivel, dog.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, 76.33 for Lichliter. So X Factor, nope. But
shut down.
And here it is. Look, don't kill the messenger. Yeah. This is opinions. These are not obviously.
Never mind the man in front of the curtain.
Yeah, exactly. So to your point, I would say I liked how locked and loaded he was. The green wheels could be a blessing or a curse, and I think it was a blessing because it did highlight on how minimal his corrections were. But I would have to disagree and say his line was kind of wonky and all over the place. But the fluidity was nice.
Yeah, the transition and the initiation was got me for the X Factor. I mean, I would have been at least at a 0.5, Chris.
Chris Yule gave you a stern but fair look.
He shut that down.
Yeah. Okay, so we are seeing Amanda Sorensen. She is pulling up to the line. So she did call her competition timeout. What I was asking you, Matt, is that the move? Do you utilize it now? Because because going into head-to-head, if you don't have that, you might need to use it. So they go ahead and utilize it now. So Amanda Sorensen initiates United States Air Force BMW. Got a new livery on there now, transitioning into that second outside zone, filling all of it. Yes, Amanda. Barely putting some GT radial treads over that line, so she fills all of that thing past the inside clip. Dial, look at that, just nicking it. Just absolutely just a little tap and into that third outside zone. More of a straight line approach to that last outside zone. You said,
yeah, I think
kind of went to it and
that's kind of where the mishap happened in practice.
Oh,
so I could sense
scared.
that hesitation. I was like,
a little PTSD.
Yeah, just a little bit. Very solid move though, yeah. Especially that outer zone 2, Phil. That was the best we've seen so far, in my opinion.
Yep.
So, nice handbrake initiation, using all the angle air in that BMW is pulling outer zone 1. Good transition here, outer zone 2, like you said, just flirting with the concrete, the paint, and the dirt, and just bringing it around, filling that zone really well, and nice smooth arc getting past inner clip 1. A little hesitation there as we noticed though, but that's understandable as we're getting through outer zone 3 and fills it back up before she unwraps it to the finish. Getting her look here from the sky here. Nice little flick there. Kind of gripped up right before grabbing some handbrake and getting initiation going and getting out of zone 2. It wasn't fully until after the wall there that she got it real filled up, avoiding all those bumps and waves there through outer zone 2. And nice smooth arc, as I said earlier, and you can see it way better from this point of view. Could have been a little more aggressive in the outer zone 3, but like I said, you have a little stage right after a wreck that she had. She took a block out that I've never seen turn over. So tip of the hat to her for getting that car and her team back out there to put some points on the board.
Tip of the hat to her. Yeah? You're not even wearing a hat.
Tip of the hat.
Got it. Oh, it's a saying. It's not. Oh, I thought. Yeah, Matt's not even wearing a hat.
Not today.
All right, new livery for the Sorensen. Her brother Brandon Sorensen competing in the Pro Championship. Talented family. Here's a boy, Adam Kanapik. New livery, man. Is that like a baby mint green blue with matching wheels?
Seafoam green.
Seafoam. There we go. Is that a periwinkle?
You're not reaching. I don't know what periwinkle is, but it sounds like a reaching.
It's a good Scrabble word, is what it is. I'm terrible at Scrabble. My family and I played the other day.
Or our grandmas could probably beat us.
Yeah.
And they're in their 90s.
I'm playing pickleball. and that's, have you played pickleball yet?
I've heard of it, but
oh, bro, it's sweeping. My Instagram feed is full of pickleball stuff now. Oh, man. Adam Kanapik. Donut. They make t-shirts.
They still make clothes, Jared.
They still make clothes. Shout out to the boy Pumphrey. James Pumphrey. All right, waiting for Sorensen's scores coming in. Chris Yule, typing it in there, buddy. Yours in there? You what? He said I put mine in, bro.
He's locked in.
Bruh. You're like my teenage son, bruh. It's all good meme. This woman says, whoever taught my kid to say bruh at the end of everything want to die so dead. Because even my 9-year-old, bruh.
Oh, no.
I was like, dude, no, I'm not your bruh. I'm your dad.
I'm your father.
78. That's a 78 for Amanda Sorensen. Don't bra me if you don't even know me. I do know Adam Knappich. Feeling for it. Old baby blues. Good in that second outside zone. Knappich coming all the way from California. Comes up the way short. Oh boy. Second half, definitely the sequel is better than the first movie. Past that inside clip and then into that last outside zone. Just little toesies. Knappich still rocking that CrossFit sticker. He's got a CrossFit. He has a CrossFit gym that he visits. He's been rocking that for like 5 years. Here we go.
Yeah, he's going to be in a little bit of a deficit here from the judges. Basically missing outer zone 1 there. Reasonably snappy transition, but it was a little too early. And or the grip came in and kind of holding him there, not feeling outer zone 2 at all, except for like maybe the last fifth, like you said, knocking out interclip 1. And, you know, not a very committed transition there in the 3, but he did fill the zone pretty decent and, you know, went for it there. But I think he could have just committed a little more in the initiation, filling the zones. And this is probably, in my opinion, probably serve him. We'll see him in the knockout, I think. It's not going to be a very high score, I don't think.
Just leaving too much in the judges' hands.
Too much on the table.
Again, we'll lock in the top 24. So, again, just to correct, knockout qualifying, we'll lock in the top 24. The remaining drivers will fill the back 8 spots. So, just to clarify, we're not taking the bottom 8 qualifying drivers. We're taking, again, locking in the top 24, and then the remaining drivers will compete for the final 8 spots. We are looking again at casual Thursday. Did you get your pork roll sandwich this morning, buddy?
No.
You ever had them? You ever had the pork rolls? Been in Wawa and had the pork roll? No, you haven't. Probably. If you're looking up, no, you haven't. It's okay. We got to get you one.
There's stuff that, you know, because my wife's Asian, that we go out and like have dim sum. There's stuff that I know I like. I don't know what it's called.
Okay. You know the thing, you describe it. It's like you play charades.
There's like
you know,
pork,
the rolls
good
of
pork
things,
and there's poofy.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's not slidey outy.
Again, last night's trip from Newark Airport to our hotel was pretty funny. Max was oddly quiet.
I think he was just soaking it in, but he's also a new dad, so.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out to Max and his
Bo,
sleep deprivation.
Yeah.
Again, I enjoy this, man. I really, Matt, I enjoy having you up here. Again, different perspective for you. Some great insight. If you don't know, Matt Sopa hung up his hard hat, man. So committing to the game and your Make It Modular business. Done some cool parts and designed some stuff. 69.66 for clarification there for Adam Knappich. 69.66 for Adam Knappich. Yeah, so Make It Modular, your company. If you haven't seen it, he has a Ford Fusion with a Coyote engine. It's a drift car. You have your Fox Body, and I do. You do have your Fox Body. But do you have, what's the other Mustang you have?
Renault 7 GT.
Okay.
Yeah. All Coyote swap.
Yep.
We're just trying to do it one at a time.
Oh. Yeah. Not a lone wolf anymore, baby. Coyotes all over the world. I told you I want to put a Coyote in FC. That's what I'm doing. It's got an engine bay. Tyler Foley here, E36, great looking car. Initiates, aggressive, but it just comes up. That was weird. It looked like he was going to be on that nice deep line, and then just starts to grip up deep in that second outside zone. That was a proper line right there. Look at that, committed all the way through. It was just right there. All right, now into that final outside zone. Well done. This I mean,
super solid. Man.
I mean, what's our top score right now? 80? Cole Richards?
Yeah.
So Cole Richards with an 80. Could that beat it? I really liked, again, watch the initiation. Comes up a little bit short in the outer zone 1.
Not much of a flick there. Just kind of rolling into the steering wheel. Didn't fill out the zone as well as the judges would probably like, but the transition was good enough to set him up for success in outer zone 2. And I think this is probably one of the biggest factors. He's just putting a good rundown. Is filling that zone, getting it smooth out the interclip 1 just like he did, but then there, he's using the handbrake to transition there, which I'm not sure if the decel zone, we haven't looked at the map there, but I think he That's probably the only thing I would nitpick there, that he could have came in the outer zone 3 a little hotter. And good smooth transition there, coming back into outer zone 2. Horn on the throttle there, not being disrupted. Minimal corrections, keeping the arc nice and smooth there. Horn on the throttle here. You can't see it from this angle, but right there he grabs the handbrake, and it kind of kept him from filling that zone, I think, as deep as he could have.
All right, breaking on down. Breaking on down to E-Town. Line him up, knocking him down.
On the deck.
Yeah. Here are our current qualifying results. Richard sits up top with an 80, right behind him, Amanda Sorensen with 79, Lichliter with a 76.33, so on and so forth. Great looking car, Zach Farrar in the Shinchoku Factory 83 S13. Shout out to Ian, Factory 83.
Tattoo.
What's that?
Yeah, the Shinkoku Unknown Tattoo S13.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
We're getting tattoos? Do you have any?
I don't.
Really?
Really?
Your first tattoo is going to be a Ford Mustang.
Oh dear, no, I can't.
You're not that guy?
No.
You're not that guy?
Not that guy.
Boom, Tyler Foley with an 80, an 8-0. So he does tie it, but the X Factor score is the X Factor. So he slides into second position, but I told you it's going to be up in the mix. Yeah. Tyler Foley.
Hold it.
All right, so we're getting tattoos. Matt, you go first. Ford Mustang. Yep. All right, so Zach Farrar.
Max looking set.
Yup. Max looks like he's against the deprived. Here we go. Zach Farrar aggressive on the initiation. Yes, sir. Great looking car. Love the green. In that second outside zone. I mean, he's in it. Could it be deeper? Yes, of course. But I think this is good precision drive. Comes out a little bit early. About the second half. Oh, good squirrely Dan there coming in allegedly in that last outside zone. Go. Digging deep. Gets into the wall, says, hey, how you doing? You staying out of the wall? No, I'm not.
Yeah, after watching him, I mean, with lack of a better word, struggling a little bit in practice. He was doing a lot of things.
Committed. Seems like he's committed right now.
A little more committed here. You can see a little wobble now. I'll get into that probably the next time we watch this clip, but awesome builder, good transition there, using all the angle of the car, just one on the throttle, a little correction there. You can kind of see the smoke dwindling there. I think that's why he came out shallow out of that outer zone 2. And coming in there, giving the saying hello to the wall and hello to the bumper budget, and bringing it on back. So yeah, you see, I can't really see it here, but that front wheel is just like a lot of these cars when they're at full lock, that you see them like they'll just start wobbling. We call that like a major bump steer. And sometimes the steering wheel can lock and won't let them transition, but a lot of times they can power out of it using a handbrake or whatnot. And so Zach did a good job here. I was impressed with him, so that I think he got out of his head out of practice and put down a solid run.
Yeah, he had a little bit of bad luck in Atlanta. Wasn't on it. I don't think
he did. I don't think he got out top 32.
Yeah. So this is it's got to be a confidence booster for him. Zach Farrar, Shinchoku, Unknown Tattoo, Factory 83 S13. Score here as Daniel Mavasio, Danmo 349, coming out of the burnout box.
Finally getting into the BMWs here.
Yeah, I know, right? There are a ton of them. Zach Farrar, look at that, 81.33. Nice. Yes, sir. All right, look at that X Factor, 2, 3, and 2. And just finding the average there between our three judges. Gonna have Ryan Lontaine talking up here during pro qualifying later on. Excited for that. Daniel Mavasio out of the start. We'll break down the judging format here in just a moment. Daniel Mavasio initiates. Oh, you saw him correct. Kind of twitchy. All right, so now finds that sweet spot. Again, the gift. It's gonna be incomplete. You know, I was going to say the gift and the curse of the white wheels, like earlier with Lichliter, the green wheels, it stands out. And when you make a mistake, it's blaringly obvious. So
whether you're on the left foot braking, you can see when that other wheel's locking up.
Or the corrections, you see him, you know, hesitating. An incomplete run, that is a 0. So basically you have to look at it as, is that a chaseable run? They go off course? No, it's not. Mavasio goes off. So our judging criteria this year, we've 100 points, perfect run, 90 points available with that line angle style, right? You're kind of mixing all those elements. And then the X Factor, 10 points available. X Factor from our judges looking over here, Eggert, different things that are standing out to you, Brian. the initiation on how aggressive you are. 2 transitions right in the middle, either going from outside zone 1 into outside zone 2, and then going from out the inner clip, and then going and transitioning into outside zone 3. Those are what's important. And the last one's there. Again, what was it? Approaching the walls on outside zone 2 and 3. So would that be, when you say approach, aggressive, right to angle, tapping wall, all of the above? That's the X factor, the unknown. This like, what? Look at that, that's amazing, right? You think they're gonna write it off and they don't. That's coming from the judge's mouth. That's a great way of putting it, breaking it down. So again, that unknown, just that leveling up, like what, how did he? Yeah, so that's the X factor. So 90 points available, standard line angle style. 10 points available, the X factor.
Kasey Kohl out of the gate.
All right, here we go with our next driver. Who do we have?
Kasey Kohl.
Okay, Kasey Kohl. Kasey Kohl, M-Spec Performance. Nice job. Coming that second outside zone. Again, him and Daniel Stuckey rocking the M-Spec deep on that outside zone, man. Oh, look at that massive angle there. Past the inside clip, and that's going to slow the car down. Oh, no!
Come on, Kasey.
Oh, no.
I think it'll still be scoreable, but that's going to be a pretty big deficit.
We will soon find out.
But it also might not be chaseable, now that I think about it.
That's what I... Oh, bro.
Yeah, let's take a look at awesome flick, the initiation, a little handbrake action getting deep, but see, you had to pour that angle on to fill the outer zone 1, and then transitioning into outer zone 2, using all that angle, getting a little bouncy there through that one transition area, making a nice smooth arc there, good proximity there, decent snap to angle, but I think he just the grip fought him there, and he just couldn't stay in it enough to pull the angle out. He just ran out of options to keep the car in the zone there as well as he could there in outer zone 3. Taking another look here from the sky. Quick angle there going to the outer zone 2. Nice and smooth, very minimal corrections there. Just a couple few there, making a nice smooth arc there. About to the 1 hash there on the inner clip 1. And right here, I think the car just started to over-rotate on him as he got close to the full angle of the car, and that can happen. The car just kind of loses speed and then changes trajectory on you.
Right. I believe that's Hooman Rahimi going next.
There are a bunch of numbers up there.
Kasey Kohl. So like you said, potentially an incomplete. Is it a chaseable run? Pedal Commander burnout box being utilized by Hooman Rahimi. 370Z. And there it is, Kasey Kohl, 78.33. So it is a scored run for Kohl. It's been to position 5. Nice. So it does salvage it. Again, I would say if he powered through the finish line, that could have flirted with the #1 spot.
Yeah, I think he did a good job of not letting the car super over-rotate into spinning out.
All right, Hooman Rahimi. Start. Let's see what kind of send Max has got. Casual send, is it full send? Oh, we give a little finger waggle there. A little get on out. I said, get out of here.
Turbo V8 coming down the line.
Hooman Rahimi initiates a lot of handbrake there, but does work it in. Yeah, good job there. Hooman throws some more angle at it, getting that outside zone, comes up short, gets back in, kind of tiptoeing through the window. Right on that inside clip, not even hitting the 3rd hash mark, into that final outside zone. Rahimi, he's in there.
Just kind of seemed unsure of himself on the course there.
Yeah, didn't fully dive in. He was kind of in that, the shelf, the little Baja shelf where you're in the pool, you're just kind of standing there. Your ankles are wet. But we need you to, get on in there. Yeah, jump on in.
So we like the flick there, like you said, grabbing the handbrake, but that's okay. He filled out the orders of 1, but I think it kind of just set the precedence for the rest of the run. He was quick to angle here, but it just came short on the line there. Not even filling outer zone 2 whatsoever, except maybe with the paint there and the coming way outside on the inner clip 1. And like we talked about Rahimi, he can be a home run or or foul, you know.
Right, that's what Stookie said in his podcast, which I always
and other
reference.
sports references, what have you. So good, good filling the zone there. Good on him. Nice, decent snap transition, but he just kind of felt unsure of himself. I think we talk about driving with intent, and a lot of these pro drivers have been hearing you got to practice and drive like you're prepared to write the car off, and that'll change your mind to like a switch. And I think Rahimi just wasn't there. He's just dipping his toes in the pool, like he said.
He is more Hooman than Hooman, though.
Yes.
Hooman than Hooman. Ryan Sage gave me a little Right. No, different one. I know you love your metal.
You're in my genre. You're in my genre.
I know I'm in your wheelhouse, dude.
I mean, you're in the early showing your age.
Let the sopa hit the floor. Let the sopa hit the floor. I almost was late getting up here in the box because 72.66 puts Hooman Rahimi into position 9. Got to experience the all-new Toyotas, bro.
Saw him loading them as we're coming in this morning.
New GR Corolla Circuit Edition, around 1,600 available, around there.
Okay.
The 45th anniversary Toyota Supra. Only 900 available manual. I got to. Osmo was riding shotgun with me. He was nervous. Yeah, he was nervous. And then the Trueno, 860 available, black and white Panda. It's pretty sweet. All right, who do we have here? We got. Oh, is this Josh Love? Yeah. Everybody loves little Josh Love. Love it on your heart. Josh loves drifting. Love trucks into that second outside zone. Nice. Settled, kitted, and committed. Josh knocks over that inside clip down that final outside zone. Big Duck Club. I don't know if the Big Duck Club is in reference to. Have you ever heard the thing? Would you rather fight one big duck or 100 duck-sized horses? Or, right? So one horse-sized duck.
Look at this angling.
Sorry. Or you want to fight Josh Love.
Yeah, so I was really impressed with Josh Love's angle throughout the course here, filling the outer zones and his responsibilities as the lead driver here. Giving a little boop to the inner clip here. Not showing that super intent as Eggert showed us here with trying to write the car off, but he did fill the zone in very well with the throttle commitment there. Look at the snap transition or initiation into the outer zone 1. Doesn't really show it there. A little left foot braking there as he breaking the transition, grabbing the handbrake, getting into outer zone 2, and filling our screen up here with smoke. Coming around here, Josh Love's drifting, pours a little more angle towards there, and a little weeble wobble there. And could have been a little snappier transition for nitpicking things here, but overall, Josh Love, very solid run.
Big Grateful Dead fan, Josh Love.
Really?
Yeah. So again, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? I know.
I got a big foot, so
you think you're gonna kick those?
I might do the 100.
I mean, they're aggressive, like they're coming at you.
Like Broncos?
They're like little baby Clydesdales. They're coming at you. Or one horse-sized duck.
That's scary.
That is frightening. That bill. So again, Big Duck Club. I don't know if that's where they get the reference from, but that just always comes to my mind.
I think it's a different reference, but
yeah, it's a family show. All right, so Farrar still at the top, and Eggert was saying, we're not condoning saying, hey, drop your bumpers, but Farrar, left it literally out there on the course. We started with Z. She dropped her back rear end, the whole, what I think is the quarter, the 2F, that quarter panel. Thank you. 78.66 for Josh Love. Yeah, Judge 1 saying, hey, I like it. 80 and a 1, 81. Whew. Eggert, is that you? Judge 1?
So, I mean, if we're
Judge 1, 2, 3, is that how we're lined up?
A little 2J BRZ action.
Erick Medici. Great looking car. Comes in mile to mile. Custom accessories. Okay. Look at that second outside zone. Really dialed, settled. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, big, massive angle there. Anodized orange wheels. Looking tight. I mean, that was straightforward. That was textbook again. Not the big X factor, that impact that the judges are looking for, but regardless, I think that was a good textbook safe run to get you in the show.
Yeah, I agree. There was really no pucker moments as we're coming into the wall and that sort of thing, but he filled all his responsibilities in that run for sure. Take another look here. Look at this nice little handbrake transition coming in there. Filling that outer zone nice and early and even continues to do so. Nice smooth transition, filling outer zone 2 right off the bat. Pouring on the angle, pouring on the throttle, mile to wild, coming out outer zone 2. Just a little premature there. Doesn't quite hit the inner clip 1, but makes real good proximity coming through outer zone 3, filling it just as good as all the other outer zone 2 as well, and did a really good job there. Let's see if we can take another look, maybe from the sky. There we go. Coming in hot, nice initiation, getting through there. Nice and smooth. Outer zone 2, like you said, that thing goes on forever and very little corrections here. I think the car just gripped up and didn't want to sacrifice that fluidity there as he came out of it a little early, but nice good transitions coming in outer zone 3, filling it completely through the finish line. You know, minus the X factor, like there wasn't anything that wowed me per se. It'd be very solid and I think a very good contention for, you know, the top 5, I'd say.
Yep. Yeah, I think he's in the mix. All right, let's see what we got here. Pedal Commander Burnout Box. Shawn Illingworth, Sac City Auto 350Z. That's who should be coming online. It looks like it is. And Erick Medici with an 81. 81, so there you go. Flirting with that top spot. Look at 82, 82, 79. Judge 3, getting harsh. 0 on the X Factor, so exactly to our point. Not the big standout moments.
I guess we were right this time.
Transition. No, we're agreeing with you. Chris is trying to throw shade. You're doing a good job, Chris. You want a participation trophy?
Supercharged C coming down the line.
Yo, look at that. Nice wall drag. So there's a little X Factor. Little hiccup there in the transition. That's, again, contributing to the X Factor. What the judge is looking for, transition to that second outside, filling all of it. Well done. Right on that about 1.5 hash mark. And goes to the wall. Man, stick a fork in it, cooked it.
Yeah.
Well done. Really well done by Illingworth. Yeah. Really well done there.
Yeah, I like what Shawn did there with the outer zone 3. The only, like I said, nitpicky thing was maybe show a little more commitment, but we'll get there. Fill that outer zone 1, pouring on the angle here. A little handbrake in the transition, trying to line himself up for success here in outer zone 2. Kind of see the track plane a little, kind of upset the car there as he comes through, but did keep the zone filled. Coming through inner clip 1, here goes transition here. Just, I mean, it was so smooth and matched the radius of that wall so well. I just think it could have been done a little faster. I know we're not supposed to deal with speed and drifting, but there is a snap, a change of things factor as far as speed, not this actual speed.
We're not looking at the
car.
numbers, but we're looking at the impact.
Exactly, very good way to look at it. See kind of where he was upset there on that track. So that's going to be an interesting strategy on how drivers adapt to that, because I'm not even sure in my head how you're supposed to overcome that sort of thing that cannot be changed. Essentially either go wide like we've seen guys flirt with the paint and the dirt, or stay committed, throttle in, and see what the wheel's going to do. It's an interesting situation there.
All right, Farrar with the 81.33 has still the #1 spot. Medici slides into second, and Richards with that 80. Who do we have next?
Sam McMommy.
McMommy. Oh. Again, working our way to the top.
Ooh.
And Shawn Illingworth, bang, with an 84.
Knocking it out.
Illingworth. Nothing ill about that. I mean, ill meaning good, not ill meaning bad. And that's worth it. Illingworth. So, Judge 1, Egger giving him a 2 and an X Factor. McMommy is a great looking car. Saw his debut at the streets of Long Beach. Super Drift? Yep, Super Drift, thank you. Where's Cape Fights Crime? Sam McMommy to the first outside zone. Comes up short. 412 AME. Super Drift up. Yeah, I think that's what we saw in Atlanta as well. Just ripped up. Loosen up. You see fighting it, kind of needs to get out. It finally does, but
yeah,
it might be a little too late.
It's not like he's committed to throttle, but sometimes the engine can't keep the tires lit and where you want it to go as wide as you want to.
All right, looks like
it looks like tech is checking.
Tire, yeah.
I don't know if they're checking tire pressures. Yeah, they're checking everything.
Yeah, I believe they're checking tire pressure.
He's got secret spreadsheets that we can't talk about.
Yeah.
So. All right. I did like his snappy transition. It just happened too late. He needed it. Maybe he wasn't committed as I thought, but maybe if he let go of the left foot, he would have been able to get that thing outside more. Because when you use your left foot brake, that's usually when to make things tighter and go shallower in the line. You use the handbrake to get things wider. And so looking at here, if he just maybe initiated 10 more feet later, he would have filled out our zone one a little better and stayed off that left foot. He would have been able to set himself up for better success going through outer zone 2. He built it a little better there. The arc was smooth. It just like kind of scaled the course to himself about 10% and put numbers on the board. It just, the line could have been a little better. He'll be in the show, I'm sure.
All right, there it is. E-Town, the purpose-built drift course, the figure 8. Tomorrow, game day for PROSPEC, the Link Engine Management PROSPEC. Round 2 of 4. And Saturday, game day for Pro. All right, waiting for the score. Magmami waiting for the 412E82, 72.66. So Magmami with a 72.66, leaving some points on the board. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll continue here with round 2 of the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship here in E-Town. Don't go anywhere.
Rockstar Energy gets me energized so I can go out and send it. Hustle on.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
Link ECU. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
For 30 Formula Drift teams, our professional tire stacks crew will mount over 1,000 tires during a weekend to keep our drivers on track, competing at the highest level. TireStacks.com, the official tire service of Formula Drift.
The magic of Rain-X. Okay, that's some serious Hollywood stuff right there. But with Rain-X Latitude water repellency blades, the magic is real. These blades apply a new longer lasting water repellency formula. The magic of Rain-X repels water from your windshield so water beads up and rolls away while you drive, giving you the clearest view possible. Treat your windshield for safer driving visibility with Rain-X Latitude water repellency wiper blades.
My heart just dropped. Thinking about you. Just stops when I'm without you. My heart just dropped. Thinking about you. Just stops when I'm without you.
All right, here we are again, Casual Thursday, a 3-day event as we have qualifying here on Thursday for both PROSPEC, which we are halfway through, and then we have Pro later on this evening, and then Friday, tomorrow, we are going to see Link Engine Management PROSPEC head-to-head, and then Saturday is game day for Pro, round 4. What do we have in the burnout box?
Cory Talaska.
Cory Talaska in the Pedal Commander burnout box. And take a look at our qualifying results up until this point. Illingworth with 84, Zach Farrar being bumped down at 81.33, and top 3 Medici, 81. Format here, everybody has 1 run. We'll take and lock in the top 24. The remaining 8 spots will be filled with the remaining drivers that are forced to go to their second run. So again, top 24 scores, locked and loaded, 1 and done. Remaining drivers have to compete their second run, and we have a total of 39 cars if everybody runs that is here in the building. There we go, Talaska. Leaving the start grid and initiate aggressive into that first outside zone. And that Coro Works BMW E36 is, like I said, getting those BMWs. Yep. Now finds himself in that second outside zone. Boom, right on that first hash mark. Talaska into the final outside zone. Really good. Yeah, look at that. I mean, again, the white wheel standing out, but you didn't even see any of the white because he was countered that much. The tire tread pointed right towards us, pointed towards the camera.
Yeah, when you're at full lock like that, there's not much room for making it more or less. Here we go. Look at this awesome transition here from Cory here, busting it through on the outer zone 1. Good transition there. Just a little tickle of the handbrake there as he slowly starts filling up outer zone 2. Kind of skipped over that little spot we've been talking about all day here. As he's getting through inner clip 1. Nice smooth transition there, and awesome pouring on the angle in outer zone 3 and maintaining that angle through the zone there, through the finish. Awesome initiation here again from the sky here. Doing a nice transition there, coming up short initially in outer zone 2, but ends up fulfilling his zone there as he gets through here, keeping it nice, smooth, very little corrections there. Like you said, the white wheels are the tell-all there, and pours on the angle there, nice and smooth. Could have been a little more aggressive in the transition, but I think the judges are going to like that run as a whole.
All right, waiting for Talaska's score. Talaska waits, and we are going to be seeing Dmitriy Brutskiy. Dmitriy Brutskiy, multiple champion in the PROSPEC Championship. Robert Thorne has made the jump from PROSPEC over to Pro, and there's Talaska with 79.33. Rocking that Coro Works hat. I don't know if Greg Busel's in the building or not, but shout out in our thoughts and prayers, and hearts go out to Tyler, aka Revel. He's going through a lot of medical things. Here we go, coming on down. Let's see Dmitriy Brutskiy. Never settle, that's his motto. The Drift HQ BMW. Back at it, trying to go for another championship, filling all that second outside zone. He's very familiar with this course. He competes at the E-Town Gambler events here. So he's very familiar, right on that first inside clip. Into that final outside zone and risking it for the biscuit. Dmitriy Brutskiy getting it done. Again, never settle on that front bumper. It's on his suit, it's his motto.
Yeah, the only small little detail, I wish he would have poured that angle on a little earlier going into outer zone 3, but very solid run. We'll break it down here quick.
BMW, let's walk us through.
All right, let's see it. Nice little down the middle initiation there with the handbrake and keeping it through there as he goes through the transition into outer zone 2. Pouring on the angle. It's really hard to see with the black wheels, but that thing is just about at full lock, if not at full lock, as he makes a nice smooth arc through inner clip 1. See that transition? You see it poured on there? That's the thing I would like to see later and sooner at the same time, if that makes any sense. I wanted to see that kind of snap sooner so that he could get into the outer zone 3 there. As he gets through outer zone 1 here, take another look from the sky, getting through outer zone 2, fills it just about immediately. Doesn't get as deep there through, but he does maintain super good control of the car there. Very little corrections there, and filling outer zone 3. Not as much angle as through outer zone 2, but very solid run. I think we're looking at probably the top 5 at minimum.
All right, let's see. Yeah, I would have to assume so. Burnout box being occupied by one Kelsey Rawlings. Another Ford power plant there for you, buddy.
Yeah, the 1 of 2 Ford power plants in this series.
Metal Commander burnout box. Got the Top One Oil S chassis.
Yeah, speaking of that, she hasn't gotten the new engine that failed last round. So this is the new supercharger on the old engine.
Yeah.
So she's
that's right.
Still pushing through. And here it is, Jared. Our new number one qualifier.
84.66. Dmitriy Brutskiy takes that number 1 spot. Drift HQ BMW. Right, AJ being real judgy right now as Kelsey Rawlings pulls the line. Right, so talking about that Ford power plant supercharged. Kelsey Rawlings comes out of the gate swinging. Literally in that first outside zone, grips up.
Yeah, I think she initiated too soon.
Yeah, so now bounces her way into that second outside zone. Feeling all that. There we go. That was absolutely on the right line. Let's see this transition. Does it have the X factor? Rolls on into it, fills that last outside zone.
Very solid.
Yeah. All right, so maybe a little nervous, little failure to launch on that first one.
I don't know, maybe the count is, there's a lot of visual references that these drivers use to initiate their initiator, I guess, for the lack of a better word, but she did it probably near the 2 cone there and should have been a lot later, and it would have set herself up better. But she made the correction for the rest of the course to be a lot better than how it started, for sure. Filling out that outer zone 2 nicely, despite the bumps in the road there. Getting real close to inner clip 1, coming in there, pouring on the angle through outer zone 3, and maintaining it. A little waver there towards the end, but also very solid. Coming from the bird's eye here, you can see not touching outer zone 1 bit. Nice smooth transition though, getting into outer zone 2, filling it on, pouring on the angle. Little correction there as well. Just keep a little bit of wavering, so we'll see if that affects her score a little bit, but I think it'll be very solid for her. It should definitely be in the show.
All right, Kelsey delivers, but where does she land? Coming in, who do we got? Who's leaving that
Jeff
burnout box?
Donati, MDU homie.
Donati next to Potty.
He had a, remember in Atlanta, pretty
Kelsey
big.
Rawlings, real quick, 71.66. So is that going to hold on? We'll see.
Yeah, Donati basically had to rebuild the whole front of that car after he put in the wall in Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah, good on his team. Build like that. It's a heartbreaker.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, here we go. Donati into that first outside zone, filling all of it. Now to the second outside zone. Yo, something to prove here. Jeff Donati filling all that second outside zone. That was a long one. You can hear him just on the throttle. Freedom Builder BMW. There we go. Donati, like you said, rebuilding the car, getting it back, and looking really committed.
Yeah, he seemed like in a really good headspace there.
Yep.
He's like, what crash?
Yeah. Hold my Rockstar, bro. Get after it.
Here we go. Not too much of a flick there as he gets through outer zone 1 there. Can't really see how deep, but it was filled. And get through outer zone 2. Filling that entirety with very little corrections there as he comes around there, pouring on the angle of that BMW. 2J powered, bringing in there. Little commitment issue there, coming in outer zone 3. Kind of see him waver there, probably stab the left foot brake there before getting into that zone there. So here we go. Nice little simple transition. Filling outer zone 1, just enough to probably get the full points here. And even in outer zone 2, started in hot, nice and deep, and then there we go. Full angle there, very little fluctuation there in the angle or the attitude of the car. You can kind of see the hesitation there a little bit from this view. Getting in outer zone 3, I think that could have cost him a little bit of X factor points, but very solid run. He will receive a very solid score, I'm sure.
Love it, my boy Jason Bowman out in Arizona, Big Ten Garage, texting me, his family watching. I don't hear about everybody watching, but I feel like everybody watches, but doesn't. You know what I mean? Like they don't need to see like, hey, let's watch this weekend. Yeah, but like my homie Will, who makes all my stickers. He's in Southern California. He's like, dude, Saturday's on, dude. Like, I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be grilling some tacos. Like, everybody has their experience, right? Everybody's just kind of like, hey, this, right?
Like having their watch parties, and
yeah,
they don't, they don't have to flaunt it. But
because you've been working at FD for how long? With
since
FD?
2017, so it's
5 years.
We're in 7 seasons.
6
now?
years, yeah, 6, 7 years, yeah. And prior to that, did you and the homies have watch parties, FD parties, or anything like that? Be honest.
No.
Okay. You just kicked it. All right. Well, hey, guess what? Donati got a 78.33, slides into 11th position, leaving a lot of X Factor points out there. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Do it.
All right. Andy Haitley. Looking for this. The Drift Wizard.
I was just gonna say,
dude, the Drift Wizard. He's making some great
character.
social media videos, man. Some funny stuff. If you haven't seen him, check him out. Andy Haitley. Into that first outside zone. He's sans that back bumper. Good stance on him. A lot of like hiccuping there. A little hesitation. Into that second outside zone. Fills all of it. Good angle from Haitley. This car and him are just in simpatico. Remember, he kicked off last season by getting that victory. Love to get back on the box as Haitley looks like the car, him, and the track in good synchronicity.
Yeah, I feel like if smoothness was a part of X Factor, you definitely got it there. I'm not sure if that's a thing in their heads, but
it's more rate to angle, so fluidity, not really too smooth. That's not X Factor.
Yeah, so straight up initiation here, but pouring on the angle out of that. I believe he has. I'm not sure what angle kit, but anyway, left foot braking here, getting a little deeper in the outer zone too. Almost all 4 tires getting in there. A little dip there off the paint there, but keeping control of it for the most part. And getting through interclip 1 there. I really like the smoothness of that transition. There wasn't any wavering after the transition going into outer zone 3. That's what really wowed me, was that portion of that run. But here we go, straight up the middle initiation, filling out the zone, and his responsibilities, getting in outer zone 2. A little correction there, could have had a little more commitment going into there, but he made up for it in the rest of the outer zone 2. Pouring on the smoke here, very little wavering, could have poured on a little more angle. Could have transitioned maybe a little later and had a little more X Factor there going to outer zone 3, but I like the run, and I'm sure the judges did too.
Shout out to Fast Lane Photos hanging out here in the building, skipping work. Thanks for joining us out here.
Blake Olson warming up them GT radials.
Pollock from Las Vegas.
New livery on there. I think they just got it wrapped up this week. I barely recognize the cars. Like, that is Blake.
Yeah.
Now it kind of matches how it sounds. I like it.
Right. Have you seen his sponsor? It's Night Vision.
Really?
Yeah. It's sick. I mean, he's got to do a video where he drives at night and just has the headset on. Andy Haitley, there's a Drift Wizard. 82. You shall pass, actually, is what he says. Yeah. Drift Wizard.
Shall pass into the tournament.
Oh, look at that. Oh, geez. Man. Is that you? You'll just as
kept him from the number 1, I think.
Stingy with the X Factor points, man.
Stingy.
Yeah, wow. I think he's saying, look, you trying to wow me, bro? Here we go. All right, here we go, Blake Olson. All right, so yeah, there's the new livery, zone 1. All right, now transitioning into that second outside zone. You saw that front, you saw a little left foot braking there with that left front locking up. Really smooth line there. Tight to the inside clip. Let's watch this. Different angle, different perspective. There's massive angle for Blake. Stays in it.
Wow.
Kind of like, he was a slow roller there.
That's a thing that, all our drifters talk about is like, oh, it wasn't fast, but like that run there, that kind of wowed me there at the end. Like, oh, he's going to save it, but he kept it smooth looking.
Yeah, kind of lost a lot of speed. He scrubbed a lot of speed, spinning the tires.
I mean, overall, the speed of the car was probably slower than other cars, but it was so smooth and at full angle, and the car has full throttle commitment. I don't know if he's hovering over the left brake, but there, he saved it there and kept it. It didn't make it obvious. Like, if someone was new to drifting, you would be like, oh, that wasn't a mistake. Yeah. I could tell it was kind of a mistake, but he covered it so well that that's what impressed me. Whether or not that's going to give him a better or worse score, I still liked it. Filled all his responsibility here in outer zone 2, and you can kind of see that since it's day, I can't really see the
So watch the attitude of the car. So you see him stays in it.
So what happened there, I saw a little stab of the left foot brake, so that's going to make the car rotate even more, and I think that might have been his mistake, is why it started to over-rotate, but he saved it beautifully.
Yep. Blake Olson, again, with the Coro Works supporting him, Greg and Tyler, and Lauren all at home. cheering on their CoreWorks drivers. Got Elton on the roof there. So again, the Zone 1 BMW, Blake Olson.
Bystrack on deck.
Bystrack. Talking to the judges. What do we got here, Chris? Oh, dude, I'm giving you a complex. Dude, look, I'm judging the judges, you know?
82 flat 82. For Blake Olson.
Balake with an 82. Blake Olson slides into that third position.
Again, Chris not wowed. What's it gonna take?
Jeez.
What's it gonna take?
Real harsh over here.
Take for Ewell to get entertained.
Are Ewell not entertained? Here we go, Bystrack, aggressive initiation. Yo, dips that back left tire. So there's oh no.
Took it away.
Bystrack, oh, there it is.
You know what happened? He used up all his X Factor.
Yeah.
The tank and the X Factor.
With full X Factor. Nick's gonna give it to you and take it right back. You know, and he had his receipt, so he returned it. All right. Blake Olson and his new livery.
Probably on CoreWorks, they might have had a collab there.
Yeah, well, Zone 1 was the company, but again, just all the sponsors.
Looking at our results so far, we got Brutskiy at number 1 at 84.66, Illingworth at 84, Olson just getting into that top 3 spot at 82, Haley also with an 82, and so on and so forth.
TNBC Tactical Night Vision Company, but then now Zone 1 is his title sponsor.
Looks like we got Justin Chestnut warming up the tires in his after-hours Autosports E82.
Any relation to Joey Chestnut, the competitive eater? You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
No?
Wait, is it
the 4th of July hot dog eating competition?
Okay, I was going to say it was a
Nathan's
hot
dog eating competition.
Isn't he like a really skinny dude?
Yeah.
It's always the skinny guy.
Yeah, Joey Chestnut, Kobayashi, Eater X. Come on. There's a video game. Do you know that there really is a competitive eating? Yeah.
What platform? Okay.
Excellent. I don't know. All right, Chestnut coming down. Let's see what we got. Chestnut, After Hours, Autosports, AHA, BMW. Very fast going that transition.
Oh,
no. Boy, doing some
Overcooked it.
landscaping.
Oh, we got the leaf
cow.
blowers out there. Eric will take care of it.
Yeesh. All right, so
I was getting excited for that run, and then he balled it up and kind of just threw it away.
Somebody's texting me that he is related to Joey Chestnut and his car is full of hot dogs. I don't believe that.
Corey Hosford's car would be full of hot dogs.
Hot dog Hosford. All right, a beautiful day here in New Jersey. Figure 8, like you said, the stand's a little lean today, but a lot of people, you know, saving it for either tomorrow or Saturday. Again, a long weekend here. Thanks for joining us Saturday. I'm Jared Deanda, Matt Sopa in the booth. Thank you, our judges, Robin Ishida, Brian Egger, Chris Ewell. A little cleanup there on aisle 2. We'll be back here at E-Town for round 2 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship.
Rockstar Energy gets me energized so I can go out and send it. Hustle on.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
Link ECU. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
For 30 Formula Drift teams, our professional tire stacks crew will mount over 1,000 tires during a weekend to keep our drivers on track, competing at the highest level. TireStacks.com, the official tire service of Formula Drift.
The magic of Rain-X. Okay, that's some serious Hollywood stuff right there. But with Rain-X Latitude water repellency blades, the magic is real. These blades apply a new longer lasting water repellency formula. The magic of Rain-X repels water from your windshield so water beads up and rolls away while you drive, giving you the clearest view possible. Treat your windshield for safer driving visibility with Rain-X Latitude water repellency wiper blades.
Just dropped, thinking about you. Just stops when I'm without you. My heart just dropped, thinking about you. Just stops.
Welcome back to E-Town, the first ever purpose-built drift course in North America. Former drag strip, many records are broken going straight, but now we're breaking records going sideways. E-Town has their own events called The Gambler, and Formula Drift slides in for one round of 8, and it's going down now. Actually 2 rounds, because technically we have 1 round of the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. This round 2 of 4, continuing on with that championship into Utah or St. Louis first, and then ending in Utah Motorsports campus. Who do we have?
Dustin Miles at the line.
Miles. Saw him on talking about circle of drift guys. There, they're talking about it. He's talking about sponsorship, so he's been a busy boy. Let's see what Dustin Miles got for us. Initiates into that first out. Ooh, grips up. Too much grip. Fights it, comes in that second outside zone, filling it.
There we go.
There we go. Hop, skipping, and jump into it. Look at that thing. Hitting switches like a 6'4" Impala. Takes out that inside clip, and in that final outside zone, I mean, is it on air? It's like bouncing around.
Well, it's interesting, you know, just going through my head in there is the sidewalls on these spec tires. Yeah. They're not like the pro tires where they're like a 40 series or you know, so there's not much give there besides their suspension and the little bit of tear they have. So I really liked his flick into the initiation, but it just wasn't committed into the zone here. But the angle points should be definitely here for Dustin Miles as he pulls through outer zone 2 using all the angle in his car, giving the old boop to the inner clip 1, coming back around here. Could have used a little more commitment, but into outer zone 3, but definitely has the angle points in this run. So here we go, another look here from the sky. Coming down there, came up short through outer zone 1. Good transition there, almost was about to come short, but then he poured on the throttle here. The old hop, skip, jumperoo here through outer zone 2, getting through there. Completely in the center of that bumper, knocking out that clip as he finishes out the run here, getting out outer zone 3. So be an interesting score. A couple of wow factors I think were getting in outer zone 3 and just his use of angle. Like there was no doubt about using all the angle he had in that car.
All right, Dustin Miles awaits the score. Hey, have you seen this car yet? Brandon Tavero, the boat drift car.
Yeah, that thing's been going around everywhere.
Here, dude. It's so sick.
Vaughn was chasing that.
Vaughn was doing tandem with the boat drift car, dude.
Yeah, I always called the Fusion like a land yacht, but he really
it's called Gen A.
Yeah.
So where's the bubble gum hat? So he was filming his thing, and I approve of it. No, the thing's awesome, man. We're going to be listening to Yacht Rock and hanging on that thing later.
Oh, nothing like a little Poison, huh?
Poison, Yacht Rock?
I don't know.
No, what? 76.33. Poison is not Yacht Rock. I'm talking Steely Dan, Michael McDonald, Christopher Cross. You know? Come on. Hall & Oates. That's Yacht Rock, baby. All right.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah. Poison. That's butt rock. No, that's what it's called. That's what it's called. That's butt rock.
All right.
Speaking of butt rock, this guy's going to rock your butt. Derek Madison, let's go. The Fuel Lab Technologies S14. Having fun out here on a Thursday. D-Mads from St. Louis. We're going to his home track here in just a little bit. Filling all the zone. Oh boy. Bring it. X gonna give it to you. Come on. Dogs that. Into that last outside zone. Snappy.
Snappish.
Snappish. Again.
Keep it together.
Oh, I think he pulled through. That was look at these guys. Real judgy. Okay. I don't know. These judges.
We only got to sway 2 of them.
Here's the truth serum. We call this a truth serum camera, Matt.
Through outer zone
truth
1.
Serum.
Really, he was very aggressive. I don't think he was out driving his talent at all, but he was definitely on that edge of, just hitting his marks, making that transition into their outer zone 3. And let's see here, using all the angle. I mean, it was after the finish line. He was still technically in control.
Yeah,
this is one of the worst parts about being a judge, is having to decide if that was unchaseable.
They are
after
saying
the
incomplete. D-Mats.
Okay. We'll see him.
Say it again. It was sick till it wasn't.
It sure was.
Oh, come on. You got to go through. Come on. Derek Mello, not D-Mats. Come on. He's too mad. That's an incomplete. That is an incomplete. My director doesn't agree.
That's why he's in the truck.
Hey, it's one of those things where you got to go through the finish line. Here's the criteria. They say don't spin out, stay control. I agree with the judges. I mean, it's as unfortunate as it is. As unfortunate as it is, you got to keep it together, brother. You know the criteria.
Doctor to the line.
What do we got?
Margaritis.
All right.
Supercharged E46.
Bread and butter. I'd go for margaritas right now. Thursday. Just hanging out.
I think we still will be in rink.
How's that? I don't know. I bought you Burger King last night. Here we go. The Greek doctor. All right, comes into that first outside zone. You see him kind of fighting the wheel. You see him working it back and forth. As they run into a beehive. Where it's kind of swatting away in that second outside zone. Good precision there, minimal corrections. Past the inside clip, I know you like saying it. He booped the snoot, he booped that little front clip into that last outside zone. And I'll tell you, it's hard to see that final outside zone, but utilize that wall as a reference because that box is starting to go away, that outer line.
Yeah, that's why I try and put those clips kind of offline in the grass or whatever, so they still have a decent reference. Watching Margaritis in practice, he was struggling a little bit. I feel like his car was a little gripped up. I think he was trying to put some points on the board here, but coming out of outer zone 2, he was in the box, staying nice, calm, and collected. It was a very solid run. We just needed to push it out just a little further. I think get a little more points on the line, and the angle was there. Just not a whole lot of puckering or wow factor that we're kind of looking for here. Decent angle there, nice smooth transition. Really following that radius into that zone and keeping that right rear tire right in the pocket there, and continuing to show that fluidity through inner clip 1 as we come through outer zone 3 and continuing that same fluidity throughout the course. So, I mean, he's in the show for sure.
Yeah.
And I think the struggles I seen him in practice a little kind of showed itself in his hesitation on the course.
So you can see this score ticker up top. Brutskiy with that #1 spot. Illingworth, Olsen, Haitley, and Farrar. That's our top 5. Now, the bubble's going to start to form here. And when I say the bubble, the cutoff is 24. We're going to take the top 24 scored drivers. The remaining drivers that aren't top 24 are going to have to compete for those final 8 spots. Keep in mind, 39 drivers in total. There's going to be a lot of broken hearts that are going to be watching from the sidelines tomorrow. Margaritis, there you go, 80.33. The Greek, doctor with an 80.33. Oh, look at Chris gave him 1 X Factor point.
Look
1.
out.
Just give him out. He's that.
Maybe he's part
He's
Greek.
that house that you were a kid at trick or treat. They're like 1 piece of candy, and they're like Werther's.
And Robbie,
they're like the mints you get at Denny. Real stingy Meister over here. Cody Buchanan. Oh, Cody goes in hard. Oh man, trying to be aggressive and yeah. I mean, look at that party. Wow. It's like he broke his ankle and keeps on running, dude. Jeez Louise. Buchanan. And here's I'm happy he's completing it, but that's an unchaseable run.
Yeah,
I mean, that first run. Look, yeah, left tire. Dude, what a ledge. Man. No tire, no back bumper. I mean, he smashed that thing in. Cody Buchanan comes out of the thing like a cannon.
He was driving with intent there, too.
Ready?
Almost right off the car.
Bingo.
Yeah, that was a solid hit. Ooh. I just wonder if that tire defeated earlier, like right then and there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely unchaseable. You can't be just, that car almost came to a stop, essentially. Yeah. So let's play devil's advocate. If there's a car there about to initiate as well, they're going full ham sandwich, and they're going to make, a disaster out there in initiation. So props to him to finish out the run and give us a little bit of a show, but unfortunately he's going to be in the knockout the second time over here.
Chris gave him 10 X Factor. No, I'm joking. He didn't give any X Factor. That was hey, if he that was a good initiation. See, Chris grew hair. Like he just like hair just sprouted from his head.
It was good until
when that run came in. He's like, Cody Buchanan. So unfortunately, yes, that's an incomplete for Buchanan. Came out like a Buchanan. Wow. Do you like ham sandwiches, Matt?
I just like how it rolls off the tongue, I guess, when I say this.
Full ham sandwich. Ham sandwich. I feel like it deserves a Peter Griffin laugh. I'll never forget. Never forget.
Look at Eric out there, scanning the scene.
Stoic.
Oh yeah.
All right.
We got Faruk warming up his tires in his.
Is this Faruk?
Pedal Commander S14.
Faruk Kugay. Pretty fly for a Kugay guy.
Oh boy.
Got to keep separated,
Or
that's what I always say.
If you're into old tech, you got to keep it carbureted.
Got to keep it carbureted. Hey.
I don't know how Dexter would feel about those new lyrics, but
yeah, no. Do you know him like that? Dexter.
Yeah,
you got to know
Dexter.
him by name.
Just his first name.
Yeah, okay. Faruk Kugay, him and his lovely bride and his daughter. Now they're dancing. Look at the Max Shuffle. The Max Shuffle. Do. All right, what kind of scent we got here,
like
Max? What do we got? Ooh, you get out of here! Get out of here!
Definitely gave the.
Yeah, he gave him the full Top Gun on the flight deck. All right, here we go. The Ineos Oil Pedal Commander S chassis. Faruk, oh boy, goes off course, drops that back left. That will not be incomplete. That is still chaseable, just aggressive. Trying to press Chris Yule, the Chromeister of the X Factor points.
The gatekeeper of the X Factor.
Yeah. And now into that final outside zone. Right,
I think aggressive sums that one up.
See what X Factor Scrooge over here thinks. I'm joking. It's all ribbing. It's ribbing. At least you're consistent by not giving any points up.
There we go. Look at this. He made a lot of corrections here coming in the initiation, but kept it together to fill out our zone one dip of the tire. No worries here, but what I didn't like was the lack of a little hesitation there with the handbrake coming in the outer zone too, but he did fill the zone really well, dipping a little dirt there, keeping the angle on strong there as he comes in through here. There's just definitely no lack of angle in his run, and just all throttle that 2J just singing here through the stadium. Nice little look here, as you can see, just wavering, and he a lot of corrections there with the handbrake. Kind of a slow transition going to outer zone too. He's grabbing handbrake there as well, but pours the throttle back on, making some wavering and corrections, but overall nice smooth, getting through inner clip one. Snappy transition there. It started snappy, but then he kind of pedaled it back there and finished out the run pretty strong.
Yeah, look at Faruk and his daughter. Happy Father's Day. Happy belated to those out there. Cheering on Faruk. Let's see what we got here for Kugay.
Dustin Mata warming up the GTs.
Don't matter what you think. Dustin Mata gonna throw down. Waiting for Faruk's score. Mata's, you know what? Out of X Factor potential, Austin throws down.
Big time.
Yeah. Austin does a really good job. Shakopee, Minnesota zone. 79.66 for Faruk. That's going to put him in the game. Let's go, Faruk. All right. That's aggressive, Sammy. I'm telling you, I'm expecting a big initiation here from Mata.
I hope you're right.
You kind of rolled into it.
You jinxed it.
I did. But, okay, big angle here from Mata. Fills all that outside zone too. I mean, look at him riding on the razor's edge.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the suspension.
That travel.
The car.
Kind of absorbed it. It's just kind of back in. It wasn't the whole attitude of the whole chassis. That's good. That I think, again, not X Factor worthy, but clean. That was kind of how Derek Madison's run was until he spun. But Austin,
Yeah, I was thinking of someone earlier, I think before our first big break, that had a very similar run that got a good score. Yeah.
It was clean. He just ticked the boxes.
He ticked the boxes. I didn't nothing that perked my interest there, but a little handbrake coming in the outer zone too, but feeling it under there. Look at the suspension, just eating it. He's got that thing fine-tuned. That's the first time I've actually been able to see that and not upset the car. No wavering, coming in there through, handbrake, little handbrake touch, getting in the outer zone 3, but pouring on the angle, pouring on the throttle. It's hard to hear it in the booth here, but you can hear the commitment in the tire smoke and a little bit of auditory as well as we get here. Could have been a little snappier going in outer zone 2 a little later, would have put him deeper in the pocket right away, but he stayed deep in that outer zone 2 throughout. Hardly any wavering, correcting. A little bit there, pouring on the angle. He's getting ready to snap it back and gets nice and smooth through outer zone 3 and finishing out the course.
All right, Mata. He's going to be in the show for sure. Where he lands. Down. Again, Dmitriy Brutskiy still the top of the heap. Very familiar with this course, having competed in the Gambler multiple times. We've been winning the Gambler here. Illingworth, Olsen, 1, 2, 3, Haley, Ferrara. That's how they still stand. Where do you think he lands? Where do you think Austin lands?
What do we got here? I'm looking at the ticker.
Yeah, because again, consider now.
I'll say top 10.
Yeah, I'd say top 10 for sure. I'm thinking like an 82.
Go 81.66.
Okay. I feel like you're the dude on Price is Right. $1.
That's not how it works.
You know what I'm talking about? Yep. 83.33. Wow. So again, 83.33 slides into third. A lot of threes going down.
X Factor there from Robbie.
Hey, Eggert with the 0 X Factor points. So averaging out.
Yeah.
I
took a nap, dude.
Yeah. Connor O'Sullivan. Here we go. Connor O'Sullivan comes out underneath the bridge, the RTS BMW. See how he handles this second outside zone. Gets out there. Good job there, filling all of it. Very settled. You can see that counter, nice pick out some corrections. You saw the wheel kind of get corrected to massage it. Ooh, that was sick. Yeah. That was good. So got thrown off on the inside clip, making the corrections, hit it with that front left. So going to get deducted a little points as far as line there.
It's interesting we talk about the bright wheels, but maybe even the bright driving gloves.
Yeah.
You can see them throwing the wheel.
Yep. Remember Tony Angelo always used to say that, like you ran in a beehive and you're like, oh, with your hands everywhere, you know, it shows, you know, you shouldn't be working the wheel that much.
Yeah, generally not. It depends on like the self-steer of the car, but here we go. I like the flick here from O'Sully here, coming in there, filling out that zone beautifully. Love that. Transitioning, grabbing a little handbrake, coming in outer zone 2, completely filling it, pouring on the angle, suspension, eating up that little whoop section there that we put in there on accident. Getting through under clip 1, takes it out. We'll get that later. Coming back, snap, nice, using all the angle. Might have been an accident, I'm not sure, but he made it look really good. We'll take another look here from the sky. Coming in there nice and just so smooth coming into that 3-2-1 and then transition here just as smooth. Grabbing a little handbrake, could have been a little deeper initially, but maintains awesome control of the car here as we come around there, pouring on the throttle, comes out of it a little shallow, gives the inner clip a little boop here, and here you go, throwing all the angle and completing that run just like so smooth. I think that's going to be a very solid score. I will go out on a limb and say top 6.
Okay. Look at you. You know, it did take out that inside clip.
Well,
yeah, I mean that's line, dude.
These BMWs in the front don't have a lot of overhang, so I'll give it to them that part. You know, we talk about the, you know.
Yeah, but since you know you need to have spatial awareness like a cat. You got those whiskers. That is true. So you know when the cats at the
whiskers are a little shaped, you know, shrimps.
They're curb feelers. 83. There you go. You called
right,
it.
yeah.
Look at that, 83. So Connor O'Sullivan slides into 4th position currently with an 83. We are working our way into top 6 drivers right now. Top 6, so almost in the top 5.
Yeah, our youngest driver, Jaden, with that C6 Corvette out of Canada.
Oh, that's right. This
Canada.
kid is a weapon, man. I know Reese Conklin, the Conklins are here. Jason Conklin, they're helping out. I know Jaden and him. Same birthday, a year apart. Reese and Jaden, this kid is strong. He came out in Atlanta. Everybody's like, what the heck?
Yeah,
remember
I
that?
was so impressed with
wild.
Especially with the vehicle he has. It's like a Corvette that's been just kind of upgraded. It's what kind of the epitome of what we kind of look for in a pro-spec car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
very
those Corvettes are just, I mean, they're the new S chassis, man. There's parts widely available from them. They have the power on deck. They have, listen to this thing. It's oh man, it is ripping right now. Again, how old is he? He's what, just turned 15?
His birthday was during Atlanta.
Yeah, so here we go. Jaden in that second outside zone. This young buck. Age ain't nothing but a number, but a score. That's how you dunk on him. Jaden, look at that. Great posture, good poise. Jackson Performance into the last outside zone. What do we got? Boom goes the dynamite.
Hands together from Robbie on that one.
Yo, that was so fluid. Again, you know, between obviously the female drivers, the young drivers, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The car shows no, shows no gender, shows no age. A good run is a good run.
I really liked, because in Atlanta he was actually at a disadvantage, I remember, because we had a fire in practice.
Yep.
Took the nitrous out. I think he got
That's
it back
right.
in here, and it really shows, power isn't everything, but it certainly helps. So look at here, coming in outer zone 2, full angle of this guy, pouring on the throttle. I think this is the most I've seen the track smoked out all day with this commitment of the throttle he's got going, this Corvette. Nice smooth transition, just matching that radius, the back end of that car perfectly. Still pouring on the angle, still pouring on the throttle. Awesome performance here. Looking from above here. Nice little flick initiation here, a little grab of the handbrake. Could have been a little deeper in outer zone 1 now that we take a second look at it from above. And now we're into outer zone 2. Pouring on that throttle, a little bit of left-hand brake, left foot brake, but still very smooth. Through inner clip 1, nice snappy transition. Getting in outer zone 3, more left foot brake, and any wagers on this one?
Yeah, Jaden, for sure top 5, maybe even that top spot.
Will we see a 90 score?
I think we might see a 90, man. I mean,
That'll
X Factor, I would have liked to see maybe a little snappier, just that rate to angle. That would have just really took it over the top. But, just getting the show, you can't win in qualifying. But Jaden, 15 years old, qu'est-ce que c'est, #1 qualifier? Let's see.
He cracked open the bottle on that one, that's for sure.
He's 15. He didn't crack open
nitrous
anything,
bottle.
Dude. Oh, got it. Nitrous bottle. Yeah, can't drink the champagne yet. Well, I don't know. In Canada, maybe. I don't know. And here we go.
Yeah.
Boom, an 86. Qualifies
Good for him.
#1. So not in the 90s, but takes over that #1 spot. 15 years old. Look at that shaggy mop top. Congratulations, Jaden. The #1 spots. So there are points at stake. You get 3 points for first, 2 for second, 1 for third, and no points lower than that. And that could be the deciding factor, man. So congratulations. So did you see the X Factor points on there?
A lot. Even from Scrooge there.
Scrooge McXie over here. Nate Chen. Daniel Chen coming in.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, good aggressive initiation here by Nate Chen. #4. Goes 4. Coming into that second outside zone. Got another supercharged LS 86. See, pounding it right now. Past that inside clip. Nate Chen going for the #1 spot. Nice fluid line. Brings it in. Quick little hiccup. That was weird. Almost like a little left foot brake on that final little piece. But just quickly like that. Boom. Expedited the course.
Yeah, if we don't see any X Factor points on initiation, I don't know what to say. But
yeah,
that was my favorite part of that run was a nice wide, but not too wide as using the, ridiculous, but on the power that comes back and fill the zone. But the car kind of gripped up there, pulling him out of outer zone 1 as he makes the transition into outer zone 2. Pouring on the angle, you can hear that supercharged V8 hanging out of the hood there, just giving it all to keep that thing moving forward at that angle. Nice proximity to inner clip 1, making that transition look, stab of the handbrake there. Nice angle, seen a little bit of a wheelie there from the right front as he finishes out the course here. Looking from above, nice little flick. That was probably the best angle of that maneuver there, but see the left foot brake, and I'm not sure why he inputted there, as he wasn't deep enough into the zone. As I said earlier, the left foot is going to bring you in a shallower line. So coming out of outer zone 2, keeping that nice smooth arc through inner one. Snappy transition. You see the left foot brake here a little bit and the little throttle, and he'll finish out the run. So very strong performance here from Chen.
All right, Chen, what do you got for us? Or what do the judges got for Chen, I should say?
Jack Davis and his BMW E36 warming up those tires for the next run.
We are into our top 5 drivers, top 4 right now. Jack Davis at E36, waiting for Nate Chen's score. 83.33, so Nate Chen, there you go. So X Factor 3.33 across the board. So yeah, 4, 4, and 2. So judges agreeing with you. Was it the initiation, boys? Eggert, Robbie, little here and there. Overall attack of the racetrack, says X Factor.
Steal that one too now.
X Factor Scrooge over here. Ah, humbug. Yeah, you come to my house, Halloween, I got the full-size candy bars.
Yeah, king size.
He's got, yeah. He's got mints. Or he's that guy that gives out toothbrushes. Here we go, Jack Davis in that Deutschwerks E36. Nice job. In that second outside zone. All right, past that inside clip, takes it out, now to that final outside zone. And good straightforward, good line, good angle. Love the car, looks good. E36 is again another, it's like the new S13 of drifting.
It's interesting to kind of see a trend as we get higher in the standings here, the different chassis and what kind of correlates there. So looking at Jack's initiation here, did a little handbrake there. Could have been a little deeper in outer zone 1, but makes it happen through there, transitioning. Didn't get as quite as deep as he wanted to, I'm sure, initially in outer zone 2, but stays in the middle of the course there, kind of pulls out of it a little early. Takes out the inner clip 1 to the front of his bumper, and this is where he got aggressive and kind of made up for the rest of his run there. And good angle, good commitment there through the finish line. Looking at it from the drone here, down the middle of the initiation there. He was a little deeper in outer zone 1 from that view than I initially thought, but getting in outer zone 2 initially, pouring on the smoke, decent amount of angle. I think he could have poured a little more in there. Came a little too shallow there through inner clip 1. Nice smooth radius making through there, and now we go out to the finish.
All right, there's our weather vane giving us all the updates. You can see pretty windy. That thing's spinning around quite a bit. And when we say the R word, take a look. Looks like it's holding off till maybe, just according to just the Apple weather, saying it's holding off till tonight. So that's good.
Excellent.
Is this Jaeger? Yes, it is. Alex Jaeger. Forsberg Racing, NOS Energy Drink, Nissan Z. He's familiar with this course as well. He competes in the E-Town Gambler. Love to. This is essentially his home course. All right, so supported by Chris Forsberg. Jack Davis, 78.33, puts him in a 19th position. He'll be in the show, one and done. But again, taking the top 24 with only 3 drivers left. We got Jaeger, Hobson, and Hansen. Bob. On down. NOS Energy Drink, Nissan Z, supported by Forsberg. Let's see what we got. Good aggressive initiation. Going that first outside zone into that second outside zone. Comes up a bit short. Now he massaged it. He massaged it in there. Shiatsu into that inside clip. And that final outside zone, snappy, good, aggressive, and deep. Yes, sir. That was, again, Brian talked about kind of, hey, is he going to ride off the car? And he doesn't. That was kind of what the judges were looking for.
Yeah, that was one of those moments where you're like, little pucker.
Like this.
So here we go, nice snappy initiation, filling out that zone just enough to get the points in there for the line here. you grabbed a whole bunch of handbrake trying to reach out to outer zone 2, but like you said, Jared, massages it back in there and gets the later half of the outer zone 2. Good proximity through inner clip 1. Nice snapping. Here we go. Look at the proximity to that wall. Definitely a good X factor point there as we bring it back around to the finish here. Let's take another look from the front here. Look at how snappy that was. Full angle on that 370Z. That VR turbocharge just pushing through, but he needed to push it a little further into outer zone 2 there. I think he lost little points on the line there, which I'm sure will reflect in the judges' score here.
Stunned himself on that first outside zone.
And so we're coming through here. He actually did get a little piece of that inner clip, but look at that. Full angle, maybe we got a little dirt in there. A little New Jersey dirt in the fender and nothing, no problems there, so here we go.
He's from Oak Ridge, New Jersey. He's from the Garden State, and here he is putting it down for his town. Type S Gauntlet presented by AutoZone. 2 more drivers left. Ben Hobson, loving those hot moms. He always wears the hat. It's a YouTuber thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
And finally, we'll be seeing Rudy Hansen.
But Hobson is a hoot.
Hobson is a hoot. Originally from Pell City, Alaska. Alex Jaeger with a 16, so X Factor 1.33, so still leaving some opportunity out there. So 1, 2, and 1, you can see that. Okay, Hobson. Pedal Commander, Field Suspension, CoroWorks, Motegi Racing S14. Got another CoroWorks supported driver. Shout out to Tyler. Get better, buddy. Got your back. Max's little skip to the loo. Little skippy send it. All right, here we go. Initiating. Hobson, big initiation there. Now transitioning in. Good job by him, and there it is. So again, supported by the Bakshis camp. Now transitioning through into that inside clip. Quick little correction there. Let's see what Hobson's got for us on that last outside zone. Dragging it. Yes, sir.
I'll say it right now, I think we're in the 90s.
Yeah, that was a little fist pump even from Bushido Blade, Ravi Nishida. Yo, he went full Hobson. That was sick. Solid run there from Ben Hobson. That was solid.
I mean, I need to have words, so here we go. Nice little flick there. Awesome angle there, pouring on the smoke from those GT radials, and awesome. An even better transition into outer zone 2, pouring on the angle. You can't see it at this particular view, but the suspension, that's from the OD camp, just soaking up those bumps in there, not even upsetting the car. Look here, this is the pucker factor, just pouring on the angle, little left foot braking there, made it look so good.
That looked like torque drift, like that was just on it, man. That looked like a video game.
Yeah, look at that, little handbrake, release it at the perfect moment there. Good transition there, minimal handbrake there. Threading the needle there, right on the new concrete there, and the paint just pouring on the throttle of that supercharged V8. Not even, I mean, look at this. So close, just threading the needle everywhere where he needed to, and making it look so easy.
Gotta love it. Well done. Well done.
Yeah, the best part, I think, was he didn't look like he was overdriving the car to accomplish that.
Look at the jazzy vibes here. Set the tone. You're listening to KFD. KIFD, Formula Drift, all night, all day, all night. Smooth jazz, smooth line. Chris Yule not giving up X Factor points all day, all night. 91.33, you called it. And there it is. Look at the Hobson effect. 91.33. Look at that, 7, 6, and 6. X Factor giving them out, making it rain.
Right.
You get an X Factor. You get an X Factor. There we go. We're going to Jersey. We're going to St. Louis.
You were saving the X Factor for later, I guess.
Yeah, Robbie put his fist up like he just won. Robbie's like, yeah! Robbie said it was a good feeling.
It felt good for him. That's excellent.
Yeah, it was good.
So yeah, going back to Atlanta, it will be interesting to see, Hobson holding on to the #1 spot here. If he can get a perfect event, or is Rudy going to steal it from him?
Ooh. All right, so now take note of because here's our last driver, Rudy Hansen, 24. So Lichliter,
in the red.
He's on the bubble. 25 and lower, you're going to have your second run. Look at that. I mean, tons of drivers. Again, 39 drivers in total. So do the math. 39 minus 7, that's 30.
Carry the 2.
Carry the 7. 7. So 7 drivers are going to be watching from the sideline. Rudy Hansen, winner in Atlanta. Boom, Max with the aggressive flick. This is Rudy Hansen, send it, bro. Buffering. Rudy Hansen, is that a delivery? Oh yeah, that. All right, here we go. Now Rudy Hansen. All right, little hiccupy there on initiation. Oh, and he exceeds a lot of that. Oh no! Wow, look at that, Rudy Hansen.
Guess who's not on the bubble?
Yeah, Lichliter's in. Because that's going to be incomplete. Yeah. So Lichliter, who is in 24th, again unofficially. That was so again with an incomplete that puts Rudy Hansen there. So the top 24 locked and loaded. Again, we said Lichliter was on that bubble, and Rudy Hansen, we thought, hey, here's Atlanta winner, has an incomplete. Crazy.
That's one of the
crazy
interesting things about drifting is like
no way.
you never underestimate anybody, but you can also, contenders can have their days too.
Absolutely. So never count anybody out, and that's what I really love about this year's field in both Link Engine Management Pro-Spec and Pro. Anybody could really show up, and some people, don't show up. The contrary to having an amazing run. But Ben Hobson, #1 qualifier, but Jaden, the Canadian driver, 15 years old. I believe he held on to second, but you can see the ticker there. We're taking a look. I'm seeing Kanapik. I'm seeing the After Hours Autosports vehicle. So top 24 locked in, right? So Lichliter's 24th. Those in red, you got Root, O'Connor, Rahimi, Agmami, Kelsey Rawlings. You got Leonard, Chris Leonard, Adam Kanapik. Again, all these drivers are going to have to complete their second run. We got Kennedy, Buchanan with the incomplete. Derek Madison.
Yeah, that's another heavy hitter.
Yep.
So when you think about it, you got these guys
that
can be aggressive, and it's going to be even harder to get in that top 32.
Elvasio, Wadman, and your #1 qualifier, Ben Hobson, that pedal commander S chassis. You talked about the suspension and how that thing absorbs, the field suspension. He's part of the Odi Bakshi's camp. Odi operating 3 cars now. Obviously his, and then now here in ProSpec.
Yeah, you talk about the beehive in there, but he has pink gloves in there, and he's just cool as a cucumber.
Cool, man. Yep. Absolutely. So Ben Hobson, our #1 qualifier, the only scorer in the 90s. When we come back, we'll see the second run from the drivers who failed to get in the top 24. Who's going to fill his final 8 spots at the Circle 8? That is E-Town. We come back. Matt Soap, I'm Jared Dienda. We'll continue with more Link Engine Management Pro-Spec Championship Run 2 for the drivers that failed to make top 24 when we come back.
Just dropped, thinking about you. Just stops when I'm without you.
Jeff Jones here. I'm Dylan Hughes.
I'm Travis Reeder.
I'm Ken Gusha.
I'm Matt Field. I drive Link.
They are the most reliable ECU around, and they always deliver.
Their global tech support gives me the advice I need every time I need it.
Their products are super easy to install and easy to set up for the performance that I want.
They stand behind their products and support their customers.
They're always innovating and delivering great new products and performance features.
I drive
Link.
All right, a beautiful day here at E-Town, and we are back for the second run of our Link Engine Management Pro Spec Championship. So again, the top 24 are locked in. We fill the remaining 8 spots with the drivers that failed to get in the top 24. In this case, again, 25 to 39. I mean, that is a considerable amount. So we're talking 15 drivers in total, but 7 will be watching from the sidelines tomorrow, cleaning up the track. We will have practice session after this, but again, so Trevor Root, Ryan O'Connor, Hooman Rahimi, Sam Magmami, Kelsey Rawlings. Also joining them, Chris Leonard, Adam Kanapik, Z. Kennedy, Rudy Hansen, most recent winner in Atlanta, and Cody Buchanan. Also rounding that out, Erick Medici, Justin Chestnut, Matthew Bystrack, Daniel Mavasio, and Brian Wadman. That's the most drivers we've seen being for. I mean, the Pro Spec field is stacked.
It sure is.
It is really stacked.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty critical here. I feel like there's some heavy hitters in there, so it's going to be very interesting how this is going to play out.
Yep. Right, getting the track prep there, little blowers there, blowing off that tire debris.
Lawn care.
It's going to be an awesome weekend out here. And we'd love to sell this place out. I'd love to see this place packed. Just bonkers.
Like a Coliseum, man.
Yeah, dude. Are you not entertained? My boy Jeremy Bay is driving down right now, 1945 speed custom. But yeah, I mean, seeing 80% chance tomorrow. But that could be like in the morning or something, you know?
Yeah.
And then Saturday seeing 50% chance. So it could be intermittent, and that's what it seems like. So, you know, went down the track a little bit, just missed it. A little aggressive talking, as I say. You know, we talked to somebody, spit it, talking to you. Who's that?
Joe Fry.
Tomorrow, live stream 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. That is our Pro Spec top 32. Go 2 to 5, and then from 6:30 to 10 p.m. And then on Saturday, game day for Pro, 2 to 5 and 6:30 to 10. Oh man, Matt breaks out his.
It's not mine. Okay, I get it. It's provided.
Okay. Matt breaks out his laminated schedule that hangs on his hard card. Nerd.
At least I was on time today.
I was too. As soon as we went live, I was there. Right?
Yeah, to the people.
To the people. From the windows to the walls. Who else is out there? Who's your crew? You're on the start line.
Yeah, so we got Eric Borchardt here. He's a Wisconsin homie who just flew over here with Doug in their, I don't even know, it's a small plane. Like, they didn't take a commercial airline, but they flew here direct from Wisconsin last night, helping us out here.
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Wisconsin Fest. Did you see that? T-Pain? You know, T-Pain's an avid drifter. He's doing a festival called Wisconsin Fest.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it's amazing. He treated it like a Maury Povich. It's seriously incredible. Yeah, he teaches treats it like a Maury Povich episode. And you gotta, it's this one. So Escape from Wisconsin is the festival,
okay.
But the way they teased it is hilarious. You gotta find it for you. I'll show it to you later. All right, warming up the tires again. A considerable amount of drivers. Nappy Boy Automotive. He's out there with Ben Hobson.
It's probably his car.
Yeah.
Mustang, no less.
All right. This should be Z. Kennedy. Bree Lane, happy birthday, 18 years old. Happy birthday to you. Hashtag FDNJ. There's Z Kennedy. About to set him out, celebrating 20 years of Formula Drift. It all kicked off in Atlanta 2004, and here we are 20 years later. And 15 drivers in total. Considerable amount, yeah. Here we go. Z Kennedy, aggressive from the start. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Z drives 240 SX. Another Canadian driver. She comes from Ontario. Goes all that outside zone into the inside clip. Boom, right there on that second hash mark. You saw a little correction. But now aggressive on that last outside zone. So that was an inquisitive.
Yeah, I'm just kind of going through my head, like the suspension makes the car kind of look upset more than maybe her inputs are, but I really love the initiation. It just could have been a little deeper into outer zone 1 there. Good angle, good snappy transition. Could have been a little deeper in outer zone 2, but you can see the car is constantly kind of being upset. I'm not sure if it's the input, suspension tuning or whatnot. Could have been a little closer to inner clip 1 there. Good snappy transition in an outer 3 there, but could have also been deeper. Is it going to be enough to get in there in the top 32? That's for the judges to decide. We'll take another look here from the sky here. Nice little flick there, little Scandinavian flick, little handbrake, getting through outer zone 1. Almost wasn't in it, hard to tell from that angle, but I really like that transition into outer zone 2. Pouring on the throttle here, using all the angle. Not too many wavering, too much wavering from the vehicle there as she snaps it back here in outer zone 3. Again, filling in the last half outer zone 3. Will it be enough points? We'll find out.
All right, let's see where Z lands again. 15 drivers, 8 spots available. That's the math. So again, can't make everybody happy, and that's going to be the case here, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's another one of those moments where you don't want to leave it in the judges' hands.
Yep.
Maybe in this case the other drivers. I'm not sure when you think about it.
Okay, let's see.
Root.
Yep, this is for Z's score. Trevor Root there with a 75.3. And we do, so let it be known that we do take the higher of the 2 scores. If you obviously have an incomplete, you have 2 incompletes, you're out. So, but, all right. 67.66 for that second score, so I believe the first score is better. Yep. Z had a 68.33.
Oh, she got a better score?
I'm seeing she had a 68.3. So 79.33, so 79.33.
Good on her for the improvement. It definitely looked a step above what I remember on the first run. Root is out.
All right, the root is on fire. Let's see, we got E36. Initiation is aggressive. Gets out to that wall. Has to come off it. You see that? Like, again, I think sometimes you surprise yourself, like, I'm doing it, and then you make a mistake. So Trevor Root fills all that second outside zone. That was very fluid, just barely, as Matt says, boots the snoot into that last outside zone, flirts with the edge of the course. Really well done there on that last outside zone. I like that aggressive initiation going from that inside clip to that final outside zone.
The only nitpicky thing I'll touch on later coming out of outer zone 2, but look at that nice flick. Coming, kissing the wall there a little bit, left foot brake, coming out of outer zone 1 into 2 there, disappearing into the wall there, practically giving a little nudge there as he comes, here it is. He could have widened out his line coming out of outer zone 2 to set himself up for a little better coming to inner clip 1, but it doesn't seem to phase the rest of the run coming to outer zone 3. Here we go, nice aggressive, good angle into outer zone 1, nice snappy transition, little foot brake there, coming into outer zone 2, filling it, doing a little wavering. He's like, oh, it's going to come out. No, we're putting it right back into the zone. And here's where he kind of beelines it through. And takes out inner clip 1, but does a nice snappy transition, a little more left foot braking there to keep the car under control, and finishes out the run. Very solid. I'm going to say definitely in the 80s, low 80s.
Okay. Oh, wow. So we are finding O'Connor is calling a competition timeout. Again, that's the 31, Rye O'Connor, Ignited Soul Apparel, 350Z.
The toast. Going to Chris Leonard in his Mustang. He's got a 71.33. Let's see if he can improve that while he warms up those GT radials in the burnout box.
Fond of the Fords.
There they are.
There they are. Of the Ford power plants. Rudy Hansen, he'll be the final driver to go with that incomplete on his first run. All right, Cole Richards.
Look at the score for Root.
And this is Chris Leonard, Chris Leonard. All right, Chris Leonard here. You need to go full commit on this. Like I said, more of a Justin Pollock style, with the transition. So see how it grips up, it shoots out.
I was talking to his spotter, he's like, the car just doesn't want to float, but until it's at that angle, then it'll actually lessen the grip. So he's got to either change his driving style or whatnot. So
yeah, the setups here, but yeah, you really got to commit in that car, like you said, just not floating and gripped up on initiation. And yeah, I mean, on his first score, he had a 71.33. Don't know if that's going to be enough.
Yeah, we'll see if he can improve it. I don't know if it'll happen here. He comes hot into outer zone 1, but comes right out of it. Pulls it out of the oven and doesn't even get the preheat here in outer zone 2. It does get into the last half though, however, it might be too little too late. Blasting out that clip and inner clip 1. Snappy transition, but it just comes up way too short in outer zone 3. So if I had to put my 2 cents in there, of course, it'd be hard to beat even that 71.33 looking at his line alone anyway. So banging the rev limiter, coming in outer zone 2 as much as he can. He was adding left foot brake there, not sure why. It just seems to be a little intent, a little commitment issue, and a little grip issue here. He just can't seem to get that thing lit off, you know?
Okay, let's see.
That's Wadman in the box. Yeah, again, incomplete, so there's definitely
65. All right, looks like a 65 for Chris Leonard, so 71.33 stands to be the better of the two for Leonard. You're still to see Rye O'Connor.
Interesting to see what's wrong with that car, or why they had to call that 5.
Yeah, and Rye O'Connor, he is sitting on a 73, I believe. Wadman, second run. Kamali S chassis. Wadman, again, another driver from Connecticut. Let's see what we got here. Wadman, under the bridge. And in the outside zone 1. Barely gets that back left in, and back right in to be more aggressive. Wild sound. All right, into that final outside zone 3. What do we got, Wadman? It just comes up a little bit short. I feel like the car's gripping up more.
This isn't one of those moments where you gotta just put points on the board. They gotta be good points.
This is do or die.
Yeah, I feel like after that incomplete, he was a little gun shy. All right, we'll take another look. Nice little flick there. Nice aggressive initiation. Not quite filling outer zone 1, but it might have been enough for the line points. We'll see what the judges have. Good angle here, but also just coming up a little short in outer zone 2 in the first half. pouring on the angle. It comes out of it a little prematurely, getting around inner clip 1. A little bit of a lazy transition, handbrake pulling, and not showing that intent and commitment into outer zone 3. A little scared of the wall, maybe? We'll see. Favorite thing about this run is that initiation. Nice, good angle. Just wish he would have kept that momentum all the way through the run. He would have been set up better. Coming out of outer zone 2, pouring on the angle. First, second hash mark. Lazy transition. Pouring on the throttle. Will it be enough? I'm not sure. Right? We've got Adam Knappich in the box already.
Knappich needs to commit, needs to throw it out there. What do we got for the Donut S chassis? 79.33. 79.33.
For Wadman?
Yeah. He does better it. 78, I believe, on his first run. Oh, it was incomplete.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Solid. Tied for Kennedy, I believe.
All right. Knappich. Still waiting for Ryle Connor.
Okay. I was going to say that was a little coincidence at the same exact score as Kennedy. So we're looking at a 75 for Wadman.
Okay. It's getting tough, man. Again, just with so many drivers, coveted 8 spots. 15 drivers, only 8 available. Adam Knappich. Minty fresh. All right, into that first outside zone, dials it in. A little hesitation, you saw that hiccup there. Yeah. Knappich into that second outside zone. And they've been having engine issues, man. I believe this is the 5th engine in 2 events. So very, very unfortunate.
It is unfortunate for how many LSs are out there. Yeah, I think that one major mistake he had there was coming into outer zone 2 where he grabbed too much handbrake and it forced him to come up short. It can lengthen it if you have the momentum to. So coming into outer zone 1, little left foot brake, filling his zone really well there, good snappy transition. But like I said, grabbing too much handbrake there kind of set him up for failure. They're getting deeper into outer zone 2 initially. Comes out of it a little too soon, knocks out the clip. Initially, the transition was looking snappy, but it just didn't follow through. And kind of the middle of the road there as far as that portion of the course. So I really like the initiation here, using all the angle of that S14. See the handbrake pull there, making him short, but he slowly massages in there. I like that term you used earlier, but pours on the smoke here, kind of sacrificing angle as he comes across the board there. And pouring on the angle there, he could have been more aggressive. I think the course, the temperature is probably dropping a little bit as we get through the day. Cars are gripping up, and they just didn't have enough compensation to get a wider line.
And what did we get there for Knappich?
I think it's still out.
75, a 75, man. Everybody's getting 75. You get a 75, you get a 75. So a lot of 75s across the board.
It's a solid C.
Yeah. It's a solid C grade. It's passing. Were you a good student in high school? I bet you were.
That was pretty okay.
Yeah. I was not.
Yeah, I know. You told me this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, not a good student.
When we talk about your career and your son.
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah, exactly. Yep. Yes, that's right. Here we go. Daniel Lavasio. Good initiation. I like that. Very early, but again gripped up. So that's that compromise and some shaky transitions into that second outside zone. Suspension. Ooh, correct. See that front wheel. Just not, committed on entry, but then it grips up. So that compromise of, should he be aggressive on initiation? Not if you're going to check up and just be in and out.
Just looked like he was trying to overdrive the car, but it wouldn't go past its limit of where he wanted it to go.
Right.
Another thing about these cars, I know the pro cars are like an on and off switch. You either got to be on the gas fully or on a brake fully, and you got to time that right. So again, a handbrake pull there, kind of set him up short, just like Adam Knapp did just the previous run here. Coming in there kind of a little slowly and out too soon out of outer zone 2, missing the clip, but getting good proximity, a little handbrake. I think if he didn't pull that, he might have been a little better off not doing that, getting through outer zone 3. So maybe another 75, and I'm not being wowed. The lines are being filled for the most part, but there's a lot of boxes that are being left unchecked as far as fully getting zones, wavering, commitment, those sort of things that we want to look for. Intent, as Chris will say, I'm going to need that. So it'll be interesting how this all plays out. If we have to go as tiebreakers and whatnot, we got
73.33, so a lot of 75s, but that's 73. And Malvasio had complete. So Ryan O'Connor finally making his way here. Competition timeout called, it being utilized. And Rye, this is do or die for Rye guy. Rye, oh boy, O'Connor. Brisk weather here, the wind blowing, clearing out the smoke. Remember, we're back here after this concludes. We're back here at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Yeah, you will not be here. Ryan O'Connor. Ryan Montaine's going to join me up here. Talking about pro golf. Oh, correction, you saw that front wheel. Ryan having some issues, but now seems to find that sweet spot. Score pretty good. Yeah, he's got that going for him. That Ignited Soul Apparel, Nissan 350Z. A bit short there on that last outside zone. Ryan had a 73 on his first score. I don't know if that's going to better it there, Matt.
Yeah, it's. I was just looking at outer zone 3. There's been so much rubber put down, you can't see the inner line, but you can use the wall as a reference, and use that as a factor. Go deeper instead of shallower. So here we go. Kind of staying out of outer zone 1 there, not deep enough to get that zone filled, but he does get into outer zone 2 nice and early, keeps it filled, very little wavering, more on the smoke. There was a little bit of a correction there. Nice proximity to the inner clip 1, bring it around, kind of lazy transition. It wasn't a very speedy run as far as the car coming around and X factor. So we'll take another look here. Nice little flick. I did like the initiation, using all the angle, but he just did it a touch too early, probably about 5 feet more. He would have been set up a lot more pretty. Still out outer zone 1. He comes around through outer zone 2. Going through the whoops there. Leaving outer zone 2 nice and smooth. Coming around, and you can see a little handbrake pull. And I think if he wouldn't have pulled that, he would have set up better in outer zone 3. So will it better his 70? We got 73 flat for his first one. Yep.
Hooman Rahimi pulling over to the line. There he is. Again, if you have not listened to the 73.66 for Rye O'Connor. Yeah, if you have not listened to the Formula Drift podcast, I definitely recommend it. Jacob does such a great job, and most recently had James Dean on. He had Dylan Hughes, Forsberg, which has been on recently. Yeah, really. I've been on there as well. But yeah, the outer zone. Here we go. Speaking of the outer zone, Hooman Rahimi. Referencing that because Daniel Stuckey said, Hooman, man, he could go full 100 point and get totally blasted, but Hooman's always got a smile on his face. Come on, Hooman Rahimi in that second outside zone. See, this is what we're talking about. He had some major mistakes on his first run, but now puts it together. Human life freedom. See it there. All right, so
solid.
There you go. Hooman Rahimi looks like he puts it together. What did he have in his first run?
Let's see here. 72.66 on his first run. So
he's gonna better it.
Yeah, I agree. I love that that initiation there. Minimal handbrake pull, showing that commitment going in there, and he goes into outer zone 2 using all the angle. What's really cool about this car, it's turbocharged V8. It sounds smooth, and he's driving it just as smooth as it sounds. So we're coming around, doing a nice transition, and filling up that zone from what I can tell with the rubber that's down there at the last part of that zone. So very good, solid second attempt here to get back into the game for Rahimi. Another look here through outer zone 1, getting that left rear back in the game there as it comes through outer zone 2. Same story, they're in the zone nice and early, very little wavering, nice smooth, consistent arc, adding a little bit more angle at the second hash there of the inner clip 1. So he was a little shy in the outer zone 3 until like the last 10%. So we'll have to give him there. I think you're right, Jared. He should improve on that 72.6 of his first run.
All right, let's see what we got here. Rahimi waits. Is that jumping in the box? It is. Sam Magmami. Sam, our previous 77, so 77. Yep, there we go. So Hooman betters with 77. Magmami, the things that point that are standing out and blaringly obvious is the car's just gripping up. Sam's really fighting the car, needs to loosen it up. Hopefully he can find
a couple few clicks on the dampers.
Yeah.
PSI deciders. Let it eat.
Let the dog eat. Let the boy watch. Sam Magmami in that first outside zone. 4-1-2 now transition. Look, it's looking looser. Maybe hammering down a little bit more as well. And we said, oh, okay, that made me nervous there. That was almost going off. He hits that inside clip, takes it out.
That is a thoroughbred BMW. There is a BMW power plant in that car.
Oh, okay.
I forget which number.
Yeah,
it's not my forte. But
yeah, not just going for that.
6 cylinders, turbocharged.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, here we go. Nice little flick from Magmami. Filling that out of zone 1. Good angle. A little grabbing at the handbrake in the transition. Fills that out of zone 2 immediately and stays on that line. Just adding a little more angle towards the end of outer zone 2 as he gets the left front tire, eats the inner clip 1 as he comes around. Easy commitment there. I think if he would have transitioned a little later and faster, he would have filled out outer zone 3 just a little better. But very solid score. Another look at here from the sky. Coming out outer zone 1, a little left foot brake. Nice little transition outer zone 2. Keeps it filled. Very little wavering. Little bouncy through the whoops. Smooth arc, little correction there, but eating the inner clip 1 again. And here at the other angle in the sky, you can see how shy he was initially in outer zone 3, but kind of filled it a little later. So I think he's got a fighting chance there.
All right. Few more drivers left, only 8 spots. If you're just tuning in, the second run from our Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. 24 are locked in, so a 90. 77, bro. Okay, I was like, what? I don't know if that was nice. You guys are now just getting generous with those points. So a 77. All right, so a 77. Should get him up in competition. Kelsey Rawlings.
We got 277s, 275s.
Yeah. Middle of the road again.
73 kickers.
Still sees, still passing, but isn't passing. All right, Kelsey Rawlings growling underneath the tower here. First outside zone. Here comes Kelsey. Good fluid transition into outside zone 2. Feeling all of it. Yes, ma'am. Well done. See how she handles that. Right past an inside clip. Quick little correction. And the last outside zone. Come on. Yo, that was great. That was absolutely rock solid. Again, it was one of those runs, tick the boxes, not big X factor. Didn't want to risk it, don't overcook it.
Maybe we'll be in a C+ range here in this run. So good job in initiation and filling out that outer zone immediately. Making a nice, good smooth transition. Fully filling that outer zone 2. Getting through the whoops. You can't tell from this angle, but it was definitely upset a little bit, but she kept it smooth there through the inner clip 1. A little lazy transition, and it looked a little added angle through outer zone 3. That angle didn't look as dangerous as they might want, but we'll get back to that as we look at another angle here through outer zone 2. Good job filling that, grabbing a little bit of handbrake. Kind of threading the needle there, but not as much as we've seen in the past scores that were really filling that zone and getting away from those whoops. So here we go. It looks a lot more aggressive from this angle as she comes into outer zone 3. Will that be an X factor? I think so. left foot brake in after the finish. Nice little touch, but we won't score on that one. So let's see how she does from directly above here. Oh, not anymore.
Hey, how we doing? Fans of all ages. Don't look at this. He's not even acknowledging. No, it's cool guy. He's cool guying us. Dad's cool guying us. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate that. This guy's big Reese's Peanut Butter Cup fan right here. This guy, big Reese's fan.
80.33.
80.33. High five, bro. Got the Adam LZ Ford Racing hat. Blink. Guy in the purple sweatshirt. He's got his head down. He's focused right now. He's playing Torque Drift. He's in the game. He's in the zone. All right, Chestnut. Racetrack called the competition time out. So we advance on to Justin Chestnut. Right, here we go. After Hours Autosports. Comes in that first outside zone. Comes up a bit short. Whoa, boy. That's what he did on the first run.
He did a little more the grass than more.
Yeah, he first. So Chestnut, it's double incomplete, correct?
So.
Yeah, Chestnut had to incomplete, went into the dirt, so
end of the story for Justin.
Yeah, that's going to be the end of his weekend. It's very unfortunate for Chestnut.
Now we're going to go to Madison. They're going to put him in the box. Warm up the tires.
Emats, saw a great run from him earlier, but then
it was great until it wasn't.
Yep.
Just rinse and repeat. Let's do it again, but without the loops.
Yep. Don't loop it. You just looped it right there at the end. He sounded pretty aggressive even in the burnout box. Usually it was a clean sweep. A few more vehicles. D-Mads, notably Derek Madison. Look at that. I mean, Madison and Hansen both in their do or die runs. That's what he got. Fuel Lab Technologies. S Chassis, St. Louis, Missouri. Going to Worldwide Technology Raceway Park. Just a little bit. That's a total track, but he needs to have a solid run here. Derek Madison into that first outside zone. Now transitions. Again, he had a great first run, but then looped it across the finish line. Just barely held onto it, spun. Takes out that inside clip. Pointed over turn. What do you got, Madison? He feels all of it. I'd say it wasn't as dynamic as his first run, but he definitely ticked the boxes.
Yeah. As a homie, I gotta give him the tough love. He gotta let me down. I'm not disappointed, but he's got to get.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Well, that's worse. So I like the initiation here at first, but kind of bit off more than you could chew as it kind of got out of outer zone 1 too early, and it seemed like he was kind of fighting the car all the way through outer zone 2. But he did have it filled, and he ended up getting a nice smooth arc there, even though he took out our inner clip 1. And I think that factor that he had in that first run wasn't there in outer zone 3. Could have been a snappier later transition to 3 to kind of give that nice smooth, exciting run there. So here we go, coming out of our zone early. Good snappy transition. Grabs a little handbrake to extend that. Fills it nicely. Gets both rear wheels in outer zone 2. You can see that front left wheel just kind of going back and forth there. But the car didn't really react the same either. So he's going there. He's filling the zone up enough with one tire, but will it be enough? He's going to need a very solid score here so we can see him in the top 32 tomorrow.
Okay. Scores are unfolding.
Ryan O'Connor made his 5.
No, we saw Rye earlier.
That's a different Z, or is that a BRZ? I can't tell.
All right. All right, 79.66 for Erick Medici. So, again, in that upper 70s, that should find him into. So this Cody Buchanan. Cody Buchanan, way up. He's slapping Swami. Samsonite. There we go. Cody Buchanan. Remember, he went hard in the wall on initiation on his first run.
That's right.
So the SRD Nissan 350Z. See that thing just hopping all over the place, but still consistent with that line. So the attitude of the car might be bouncy, but still no problem filling all the zones. Big angle there. Right towards that last finish line. So Cody Buchanan.
Yeah, I think he's got a fighting chance.
Yeah,
that was a solid run.
That was a.
I love that initiation, using all the angle. When the car starts to get perpendicular to that zone and then pulls out of it, it's such a great thing to see. He's filling that zone, kind of threading the needle. He's making his little wavering here through outer zone 2, but still didn't seem to bother him. Gives a little tap to the inner clip 1. Good. Matching the radius of that outer zone 3 as he fills it completely through the finish line. I think Cody will be happy with that result. Nice little 1-2 move here on the initiation, taking a look at another angle. He left his bumper back on the track on the first run, but he's back here, filling outer zone 2, using all the angles. See a little wheel input there, but the car didn't seem to be upset, so it's interesting to see how that suspension, if you put in those inputs, but you don't see the car attitude, like you said, Jared, get upset, but the car's overall motion is still smooth, so good run by Cody here. Next up, Rudy Hansen, our winner in Atlanta, had an crazy first run and warming up his tires to kind of get some redemption here.
Okay, Rudy Hansen, like you said, redemption. That's what we just saw from Madison, Buchanan, and Hansen. All right, so this is to be our final driver. Everybody, Tom, timeout. This is our final driver. So Bystrack did not make his competition timeout. That was the driver you're talking about, not Rye, but Bystrack. Again, 15 total drivers, only 8 spots. 7 are going to be watching from the sideline, including that of Bystrack. We had a couple incompletes, so very unfortunate for those drivers, but makes it makes it tough. Rudy Hansen, our final driver. See who is in. We'll again make it official. Buchanan 82.33 as Rudy Hansen, our final driver. Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Hansen, our winner in Atlanta, currently ranked #1 as far as points go. Failed to make it on his first run. He gets that outside zone. Flirts with the course edge, kind of gripped up and shot out of that outside zone 1, now in outside zone 2. Filling middle of the line, looking very aggressive, throwing up a little bit of dirt. So flirts with the edge of the course, bouncing his way past that inside clip, pulling that front right tire up. So Hansen not leaving anything in the judge's hands, saying, all right, I'm going to get this, I'm going to lock it in. So Rudy looking much more like he did in Atlanta as opposed to his previous run.
Yeah, I really liked how the grip actually came in his favor because he almost overcooked it here and then got back on the throttle, punched it through outer zone 1 fully, grabbing a little handbrake here, little weeble wobble going through outer zone 2, but still threading that needle, getting a piece of the dirt there as he comes through inner clip 1. Car looked a little upset there, but he grabs a little handbrake, good aggressive into outer zone 3 and finishes out with big angle through the finish line. Looking at it from the sky, looking at this aggressive, you can see he pours on the throttle, so he made a nice smooth arc even though it wasn't fully accelerated through in that outer zone 1. He's filling outer zone 2 really good. From this angle, there's very little wavering, just a couple little corrections there. The wheel actually followed the car's attitude in this particular chassis, but here we go, getting a nice transition through outer zone 3 and finishing out the course. I think, if I had an opinion, I think he'll be our top 8 in this the top What's 15?
Well, we have, top 8 out of the 15. You are correct. Yep. All right. So, again, unofficially, we have some great scores, all these things. We're going to take a look overall. Again, 15 drivers, only 8 spots. 7 are watching from the sidelines. The dual incompletes, they're obviously out. We'll take a short break. When we come back, who's going to fill those final 8 spots here at the Crazy 8 that is E-Town here for round 2 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship.
Rockstar Energy gets me energized so I can go out and send it. Hustle on.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
Link ECU. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
For 30 Formula Drift teams, our professional tire stacks crew will mount over 1,000 tires during a weekend to keep our drivers on track, competing at the highest level. TireStacks.com, the official tire service of Formula Drift.
The magic of Rain-X. Okay, that's some serious Hollywood stuff right there. But with Rain-X Latitude water repellency blades, the magic is real. These blades apply a new longer lasting water repellency formula. The magic of Rain-X repels water from your windshield so water beads up and rolls away while you drive, giving you the clearest view possible. Treat your windshield for safer driving visibility with Rain-X Latitude water repellency wiper blades.
My heart just dropped. Just stops when I'm without you. My heart just dropped, thinking about you. Just stops when I'm without you.
All right, we are back, and now the final verdict. Who is going to be in the top 32? Round 2 Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Again, we had a total of 15 drivers, only 8 will advance on. We know the dual incompletes of Chestnut. He had the dual incompletes, and so here we are. So taking a look at it. And there it is. So Root, Hansen, Buchanan, Rawlings, Madison, Kennedy, Rahimi, and Magmami. So Knappich and Wadman are out. So Root, Hansen, Buchanan, Rawlings, Madison, Kennedy, Rahimi, and Magmami. They are in. The remaining drivers are out. So, and here is the bracket, how it's shaping up for Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. That goes down head-to-head tomorrow here at E-Town. So Hobson, our #1 qualifier, you can see how they shape up. Hobson versus Magmami. Jaden, the 15-year-old kid, against Hooman Rahimi. Brutskiy versus Z Kennedy. Shawn Illingworth versus Madison. And then let's just say top 5. Nate Chen versus Kelsey Rawlings. You can see the remaining drivers. What'd you think of ProSpec, Matt?
There's some little bit of struggles here and there, but I think they're going to learn from today. As long as the weather is similar and everything, they'll come out fighting strong, because they usually seem to turn it up a notch in competition. A lot of the stuff that they try and dial themselves back mentally might go out the window, but it might show the aggressiveness that they're going to need to be successful.
Yeah, no, most definitely. And applying the knowledge that they learned today, now you got a car next to you. We talked about earlier on the opening of the show on how unassuming this track is. It looks pretty straightforward. Right. It's flat, no banks, all that. But I think that creates for more opportunity, right? So you have look at all this room for activities. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's not like if you go take a track walk, there's the drag strip. There's a little elevation change there, especially with the little whoops that I've been calling out there on the Motor Zone too. So something to kind of overcome, and they'll be able to dial it in tomorrow.
Absolutely. Again, #1 qualifier, Ben Hobson. When we come back, we'll be back here talking about our schedule later this evening, 8 p.m. to 11 o'clock. 8 to 11. The pro knockout qualifying. SOPA will be back here tomorrow. Again, 2 to 5. And then finally, top 16, 6:30 to 10. On behalf of SOPA, our judges, and everybody here at Formula Drift, congratulations, Ben Hobson, our #1 qualifier. Later this evening, 8 o'clock, we'll be here for pro qualifying.